Welcome to Updates with Precious. Now, here we give an update of things that happen for inside Nigeria. As usual, it's a pleasure to be with you and to bring on a matter them where they hot for inside Nigeria. So it's thank God it's Friday. It's another Friday, and of course, with the happy because today in a full house. As it is a tradition every Friday, when it be say the house the day full, I will pack every gist then we get to do with Nigerian matter they bring on at the mouth. My name is Precious Enye. It's always an exciting experience to be with you guys every day to bring on a matter then really hot. So Nigerians don't they react? Say excuse me. Why you go be so we go get this kind plenty delegation to go bury Pope? Sorry, what thing happen? When we get this kind number of delegation to go bury Pope. Nigerians don't they react for the streets of social media as Akpabio got to Akpabio, where be on a Senate president don't lead the delegation of Nigerians where go Rome to go visit to go bury Pope Francis. Amid the pain and hunger when they say they catch people. No, talking about hunger now. Your federal government don't come and talk. Say, excuse me, we needed to fix the solar energy. Guess the reason we make the talk say they won't fix solar energy for inside that's wrong. So they not be paid the band A electricity bill. Oh wow. All right, I'll tell you more stories, but before I tell you more gist, then we will carry come your demo today. Make I quickly introduce my guests, then where I get to inside the house. Today is Friday, so it's the full house. I have Prince Francis Chilaka with me in the house. Prince Francis Chilaka, thank you so much for joining us. Which one are you doing, Willy Willy? Okay, sir. Well done. And I also have
Na
Mr.
band A custom.
Na band A. They don't put it for band A too.
They
The
don't put
same
them for
band
band
A.
A.
The same band A was rock, no people pay. Then you go to pay, you must be done jazzy
The
again.
federal government is sick in the head.
Wait. But
Yes.
make a first open mic for Mr. Ekene Obi. Mr. Ekene, good evening and thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for joining us. Your brother said something no good for inside federal government's head. I don't know what's no good for their head.
It's all about the custom.
So,
Oh my
Mr. Kennedy,
God.
honestly speaking, are you
Listen,
involved in this band air bullshit?
no,
Or
no,
Canada?
well. It's good to be here. All right. Good evening to all Nigerians home and abroad, and it's good to be here. All right.
Thank you. Thank you. So
Let's
make a tell
go.
them. Thank you. Make a tell them to read them way be say did that. Federal government don't say they pay 47 billion naira for power bill. I say they're not fit to make them kukuma carry 10 billion only use fixed solar panel. Yeah. All right, moving on to other conversations very quickly. Akpabio leads Nigeria's delegation to Pope Francis' burial. I told you that earlier. And then Ibas finally appears before reps. A reps panel. Come say, excuse me. Not gonna give me small more time before I go tell on waiting the happen for River State. You know, it is still short. I need more time, excuse me, for me to tell you what's happening in River State. Meanwhile, Chibuike Amechi don't answer. Chibuike Amechi say, these people, they know where. Say, in fact, say that the weakness of that same National Assembly, now what make Tinubu fit get mind, break the constitution anyhow. Because if to say National Assembly no weak the way it weak, Tinubu for no get mind to break the constitution as it take break the constitution. And as we talk about the constitution, one particular House of Rep member don't say, what is going on? Former deputy speaker, he don't go sue Tinubu and solar administrator. So make it stop the solar administrator right now. If I make it stop to send them money to local government, make it stop to send them fund. After all, imposition not the constitutional. This matter, it be like say just the start. How we go take go like this? We will continue to give it to read them as see they come out. But moving on to other issues, I don't regret dumping LP for APC. Valentine Ezigbo way be said and throw away Olule. Nakam upside down for inside APC primaries for Anambra State. Now they talk. I say, where? Even if I don't win the primaries, I know they regret. Ooh, you know, pay me. That's what he's trying to say. Okay, so let's move on to other issues. Transactional politics. Youths are paid to harass advocates of good governance. Who talk this one? Now Peter Obi talk. In fact, Peter Obi can't talk another thing. He say, in fact, he talk another thing. No, he say what's in? He say Nigerian leaders they incompetent and they don't get character or capacity at all at all. Now so in you stock 'em. Wow. All Nigerian leaders. Yay. Okay. Let's move on to other conversations. Atiku Saraki don't spearhead PDP resurgence amid key defections. Wow. PDP go fit finally revive and be recover from this matter. Well, look what they watch and they see. Suspected herdsmen don't kill 7 for inside Benue State. For midnight, now they kill those 7 people. Midnight, now they map 7 people, kill them. If I still talking about insecurity, come here say another armed herders again don't kidnap 19 passengers for inside the same Benue State. The same Benue State like this, not be another place. Meanwhile, would they hear about defection and all of those issues? Would they hear say 40 more lawmakers go soon waka, and then more PDP governors go soon waka? When they talk this on Ugochinyere, they want party leaders. But then they're careful because people go just leave them, they escape anyhow for inside the party. Well, Father Reverend Father Alia don't come and talk. Obi, you lie. You lie. I block you from visiting IDP camp because of say you know courtesy me. I mean, you know give courtesy or for lack of courtesy. Yeah. All right. So now all this matter they now will carry come for the most. Which of this matter they will want attend to now because the matter they too hot like this. Where we won't start, where we won't end for inside this matter, they will carry come like this. Where we won't enter from. All right. So let's start with the visit of Pope Francis very quickly, and that's they domot. As it be say, Nigerians don't they react as President Bola Ahmed Tinubu don't nominate President of the Senate, Dr. Godfrey Akpabio, to lead Nigeria's delegation to Vatican City for the burial of His Holiness Pope Francis. In fact, as I talk to you, if you did Vatican, or are you there already? Don't they collect handshake? They collect, you did there already right now. But I want to ask a question, no, not vex. Let me start with you, Prince Francis Chilaka. Say you say you be Catholic that year. Is there anything went wrong with a whole? He's the first Christian in Nigeria. Say for the Nigeria what we get right now, he be the first Christian member. Sorry, now your family be the first
Who is the
Christian family.
person? Who is your Christian?
Not so like Akpabio.
Who is your
Is there
Christian?
anything wrong because president na
Akpabio is a
Muslim?
Christian. What are the
Everything na
virtues
Muslim.
of a Christian?
Sir,
Calm down, madam. Calm down. Virtues of a Christian that you have seen in Akpabio.
eh.
Yes. Mention one virtue of a Christian. We're not talking of Christians as denominated by pastors. We're talking of Christian as enshrined in the Bible. Mention one virtue. Gospel Akpabio is a Christian, yet poverty is ravaging the land. Gospel Akpabio is a Christian. Yes, there is so much pain in the faces of Nigerians. Gospel Akpabio is a Christian, yet you wake up one morning and the A's have it. State of emergency approved. What is he doing? What has Akpabio done in that Senate or that makes him qualify as a Christian? So let us forget all this brouhaha. For them, that is a jamboree. Let them go and enjoy. After all, this is a man who has told you severally that people are like, make una protest. People are like, make una stand on that sun. He go there inside the house. They drink in this, they chop, they eat caviar. So what is it about him? And I don't even want to lead the delegation. A man who has a sexual harassment allegation on his head is the one leading delegation for the burial of.
I be won't call you the
Wanna continue?
I be won't tell you the rest of the members. So maybe I go to Mr. Ekenesa. Let me come to you because Oga Chilaka body the hot well. But make I tell you the rest members of the delegation where they follow go represent Nigeria. So na him be the head of the delegation because if you look at the hierarchy of the Nigerian people now, the Nigerian leadership now, na him be the first Christian because president na Muslim, the vice na Muslim. So him be the number third man, we can be Christian. So now he make him lead. Prince Francis, and that is answering to your question why he go get to lead us. But other people who did that delegation are the Minister of Foreign, Minister for State for Foreign Affairs, not be the one for Foreign Affairs, don't go for State, will be Ambassador Bianca Odumegu Juku. Archbishop Lucius Iwejuru Ugoji, President of the Catholic Bishops Conference of Nigeria. Akpabio the leader to go bury Prince Pope Francis.
Is that not an insanity?
I've been
You are sending Akpabio to lead the delegation when you have a Catholic bishop there.
And I be the president of the Catholic bishops, so. And now the president of the Catholic bishops, so now
It doesn't need to be part of that delegation. The church will send its own. The church will send its own.
Okay. But more
when you get there now, you go see say ground go divide. Man where no man go enter, man where no man.
Okay. So moving on, Archbishop of Sokoto Diocese, Archbishop Matthew Hassan Kuka follow, and Archbishop of Abuja Diocese, Archbishop Ignatius Ayua Kiagame follow. The list them plenty well, but okay, well, this is about it. Mr. Ekene, may I also take your what will be your reaction to this conversation for this burial? within that attend.
Okay. So
No vex. So before you continue, this delegation, they go formally carry a letter where our president writes a letter of sympathy, empathy, and condolence. We write, then go give the Vatican. Will you
no,
show something that
normally,
they very
right?
sorry? Yes, sir.
Normally,
Mm.
a given government at the time would want to do what it's supposed to do, but this one is a bit louder because a few things, in my own opinion, need to be rebalanced based on how this government came in. It's more it has more political relevance, and they want the optics to be very high up there. The reason I say this is because, the extremity of how this government came in, Bola Tinubu being a Muslim, Hashim Shetima being a Muslim,
Muslim,
all right?
yes.
And you can see
Yes.
what is happening now, how Hashim Shetima is a bit relegated to the background stylishly or tactically. And then there is a bit more
Is he
focus.
relegated?
I said tactically, right? There's a bit
Yeah,
more
okay.
focus on anything that has to do with and Christianity and the practices around it. Rewrite history and placate the people of the other faith. They want to do it. So the optics for them is to be able to do things that would leave a footprint, if you like, all right? And then for people to begin to speak differently about all the things they did. Because, funnily, right? When Pope died, I think it was last week, a few days ago,
On Monday. On Monday, let me guide.
somebody sent a picture of those fake bishops, okay, and said, "Will Tinubu's fake bishop be attending?"
Ah!
Yeah. So when I saw that, I kind of laughed. But beyond that, right? So Akpabio being the third in hierarchy and being a Christian, okay, they want to kind of project him. Now that is for the plan, in my own opinion. But Akpabio going there has its own downsides. All right, I can imagine, if Akpabio gets there and then the Western journalist, spots him and then go to him to ask him questions, because he has a whole lot hanging around his head.
Do
All
you think
right. If
he'll
a
respond?
journalist walks up to him to ask him about the sexual allegation against him, all right, and he wouldn't have the balls to tell the person, look, I'm here for a different thing. He will have to answer. So I really, it's not a good thing for him, but of course, what can he do? He has to try. So let's see how all of this pans out. It's looking very loud and lavishly in the face of poverty and hardship and insecurity and a whole lot going on in the country. The reason we are speaking very seriously and loud about this is because the land is not settled. A whole lot of things are just going wrong, and the brazenness of the things happening now with regards to the way the politicians are treating the people is actually why every move they make, right? You understand, will be
People they
looked
suspect
into
them.
as something that shouldn't be, because on a very nice day, okay, you won't be this bold to want to lead such huge delegation, okay, to go and do what? It baffles anybody. But for me, the administration wants to rewrite and pander to the conscience of the Christian, people who subscribe to Christian faith. That's what I think. And then let's see how, whether or not we complain, they will still do what the guy and his team are there already. So what's going to happen? We're only just talking about it because we have to talk about it, but they don't consult anybody. All right, as we speak about it, they're already there. So what are you going to do? So let's see how it pans out. Like, it's happening, so it's not new. Let's just see
So
what happens. But I just believe that if Akpabio is unlucky, those questions might be posed to him, and I don't know how he's going to respond to them.
Okay, so the question now be say, we understand say this now something we be say we supposed to out of courtesy because of say, I mean that as you said he's already there already. That's him. They collect handshake as they welcome him for inside the matter. Now him now lead bishops them. Bishops and we be saying that their papa die. You understand? Now him now lead the delegation of bishops them. But the question I like to ask is that is it really necessary? You know, at this time when you be saying Nigerians, the complaints, see things they had for other Nigerians. We understand that it's something we have to do out of, courtesy and diplomacy. But is it really necessary at this time that we spend from taxpayers' money to fund this trip? Because at the end of the day, they tell you how much you spend for this trip now. You could get us it would be. So is it necessary? That's the question Nigerians are asking. Is it really a necessary
Okay, so
to empower this time?
good. So when you look at, you see, you use the word taxpayers' money. It's only in this country that I don't believe that the guys at the helm of affairs, okay, handling our governmental activities and stuff, believe in the taxes you pay. They don't believe that even when you pay taxes, you still don't have right to defend or demand what your taxes are used for. It's only in Senate claims where anybody who pays tax, okay, complying with civic responsibility, can ask questions and the questions will be heard. So when you say taxpayers' money, they don't even see you as anything other than the things that they can use and dispose. So when because government money, they see government money as their own money. You pay tax, they get the money, they handle it and spend it the way they want. It's none of your business. So we haven't reached that level where even our laws can defend a taxpayer to say, look, I pay tax, I want to know what the government uses my tax money for. You haven't reached that level yet. That's where I'm going to. So when you say taxpayers' money, they can spend this money anyhow they deem fit, and nothing will happen. And it's been happening, and I don't think it will stop in the nearest future. It won't stop.
Okay, so Prince Francis Chilaka, I come to you now. At the time when we say, if you sum up all the persecution of Christians across the world joined together, about 90% of the Christians we don't die out of persecution or because of their faith as Christians. Now Nigeria, 9 At the time when it be say Catholic priests, they kidnap them, they kill some of them from that kidnap, or they collect ransom and all that. Is it and with the government, they a bit helpless to help these Christians and what they suffer? Do you think it's a good thing that we still, carry ourselves in this manner we're carrying ourselves?
Precious, with all the people that have been dying as Christians in this country, daily,
Dear. Prince Francis Chilaka, I don't understand what's happening to your network, sir. Your network is really taking you off and on.
Yeah, I think it's better now.
Thank you, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Now, in all of these killings, in all of this, what would I call them, persecution of the Christian world, especially in Nigeria, have you heard your so-called Senate president say anything? Yes, I mean, you started by saying that you started by
Nigeria. He never react to those killings. No, that's true.
Wait. You started by saying he is the number 3. He's number 1 Christian, to you, and that's why I said to you, when you say it's number 1 Christian, what are those values of Christ like in his life? So if people are being killed for his faith, his own brothers, his own brethren, so to say, are being murdered daily, and a man who claims to be number 3 in Nigeria, and a man who's leading a delegation of Christians, who's number 1, he has never come out one day to condemn these killings. So what kind of man is he? So it simply shows you, I keep saying it, and I'll continue to say it. The political class in Nigeria, whether Christian, whether Muslim, whether atheists, whether traditional worshippers, they don't care about the people. They don't care about the ordinary man on the streets. They don't care about anything. All they care about is their lifestyle. And that lifestyle is financed by the tax of the ordinary Nigerians. So that is all they're interested in. As far as I'm concerned, there was no need for this kind of entourage to go for Pope Francis' burial. If you follow the will of Pope Francis, he is the most humble Pope the Catholic Church has had in recent times. So why would he have caused the government, knowing obviously that the Catholic Church will send, they don't even need to send, there are a lot of bishops from Nigeria, there are cardinals from Nigeria that will be blessing this occasion. So what stops the federal government from supporting them? And then, just adding one or two persons, maybe the Minister of State for External Affairs and the person in charge of Diaspora, and it ends there. You don't need this kind of crowd in a country where people can barely feed. So that's the point. It's not about whether Akpabio didn't need to go there. He doesn't have anything to do there. There are crises in the land. Why is it that between him, Mr. President, and Mr. Vice President, why are they running away from the reality on ground? And that reality is insecurity. Why are they running away from it? Why are they running from taking decisive steps?
Exactly what I wanted to ask. You did mention earlier, say he never react since we see this thing happen, since the death of Christians, them. Say he never even make a comment and all that. Why you think say he never make a comment? As person will be
it's part of hypocrisy. It's about hypocrisy. It's about hypocrisy. He doesn't want to say anything. Oh, they will not say, oh, so you are showing that you're a Christian. And this is very unfortunate. Nigeria has become a country that has been divided seriously along religious lines. So he doesn't want to talk. He doesn't want for them to feel, oh, he's talking for the Christians. But the Muslims will speak up for the Muslims. That's the point. That's my annoyance. The Muslims will always speak up for the new Muslims. Why is it that the Christians are finding it difficult to speak up for their own brethren? Why? Akpabio has never opened his mouth for once to condemn the killing of Christians in this country. And you call him a Christian leader. He should be ashamed of himself, honestly speaking. He's not worth being the Senate president. So for me, if you call yourself a Christian and you are in authority and you're unable to defend the other downtrodden Christians, then you're not worth the salt. So as far as I'm concerned, Akpabio is not worth the salt, period.
Okay, so let's we deal with Christian issues, and so speaking about persecution of Christians, your friend and Reverend Father Alia been don't react to waiting make no agree make Peter Obi come in town, in city, right? And he's responded now, and we have a better clarity to his response. And he go permit me make a few read them up well. First of all, he talks say Peter Obi lie. Say him block him from visiting IDP camp because of in lack of courtesy. Now waiting in talk. That is Reverend Father Alia, who, by the way, is also a Reverend Father. Perhaps he may have also been part of why they not even send Reverend Father Alia make he lead the delegation. Self understanding saying the Reverend Father and him be an APC.
They don't recognize him if it is what you're talking about.
Yes. Because ordinarily, now him person like and we get that kind of
precious. I think Father Alia, like I keep saying, Father Alia has a complex problem. It's a very serious complex. I listened to his interview.
But I never finish. I've been one tell you finish.
Okay, go ahead.
Say why in block. Okay, no vex. Make it be for tell Nigerians, may understand. Now, Mr. Alia accused the Labour Party leader, that is Peter Obi, of violating standard protocols by failing to inform the governor ahead of his visit as courtesy demands. Now, for inside the interview when Bisen get with TVC yesterday night, they talk. He say Mr. Obi was blocked from. He blocked. That means he owns up to the fact that he deliberately blocked Mr. Obi from visiting IDP camps. So he said Mr. Obi was blocked from visiting the IDP camps because his intention was unknown. and he violated protocols by not informing him in advance. Now remember, say for the response when Peter Obi give, Peter Obi said the same way be saying use correspond with earlier. Now the same way when use correspond with Muftuang, the governor of Plateau State. He talked to them, he talked to their aides, then now Muftuang own nine can't respond. Can't tell and say you go feel come. But earlier, the person will be ADC, that is the person will be chief security officer, where he tell. Continue to tell and say, I never feel reach my organ, I never feel reach my organ. For 3 days, he said, I never feel to reach earlier. Say himself, come the wonder, say, wait, you never see reach your organ for 3 days. Then next thing, say, since he not hear from them, it's okay, I still don't finish from Plateau, making them back on a journey, they go now. Now, around the day, when the same person ADC way sent, can't send a press conference, where the governor responded, reacting to his exact itineraries, where him passed through in aid. So if make a finish in the talk, make it not be like say I interpret. So Mr. Alia, yeah, he said, quoting him, he said a very respected Peter Obi was a governor. If you are coming into someone's state, there are protocols. Very high personality. You are coming into someone's state, and your party does not even know you are coming. But not be party affair in the come now. Then they can't say, I, the sitting governor, did not know you are coming. Then you are going into where I'm protecting even the most, the IDP camp. It's my duty to protect them. They've been displaced. I need to protect them, even some more. I don't know the intent. I don't know the intent you have. That's all he talk. He talk a lot of other things. So he say, is it not curious? Sorry, is it not courteous rather? Is it not courteous enough for me to know as a sitting governor, and even to provide more security to you and prepare the minds of IDPs that the guest or a guest is coming to visit them, right? That's what the governor called. Income deny claim, say he was unreachable when the former governor called to inform him of his visit. He said, he said, no. That's not the right narrative. Na lie, Peter Obi lie. I can never politicize that. I'm the one bearing the brunt, pain and sorrows of the IDPs in my state. Mr. Alia talk. He say, no, that's not the truth or the true story. If he, Mr. Peter Obi, couldn't reach me, I have a chief of staff, I have an SSG, and I have a PPS. That's not it. So now so he talk. So no vex. So make I go back to that Peter Obi message. I be no need to go back to a message when he talks when you reach amount. And how you reach.
All right. Don't go further.
Well, Mr. Kenneth still did this conversation. Make us still bring
I know, but can I, my brother, hold on. Let me just take, I'm very passionate about this Father Alia, because I'm a Catholic, and because I can remember, if I recall in one of the sermons, the very first sermon, I think either the first or the 8th sermon by the late Pope Francis, he said to the priest, he said, smell like the sheep you are pasturing.
Hell.
He was very clear about it. He said the late Pope says, don't you move out from your air-conditioned room into your air-conditioned car, into your air-conditioned church, into your air-conditioned office, and back into your air-conditioned car. You do not feel the pain of the people. You do not know how the people smell. So why don't you leave your air-conditioned environment and then embrace the people that you're pastoring so you can feel what they feel? What has played out? If you read all this grammar Father Alia, Reverend Alia has put out, is lack of humility. He lacks humility as an individual. He lacks humility even as a priest. Because his duty as a priest, let me be very clear with you. When the sheep errs, it is the duty of the shepherd to bring it back to the fold. Don't forget that Jesus Christ said he will leave the 99 and go after one that is missing. If Alia, in all his priestly life, in all his humility, is a priest called by God, that has been ordained as a priest of the Catholic Church, what he should have done is to go and meet Peter Obi and correct him. But no, he didn't do that. So first of all, his humility is gone. Another problem he has is that Father Alia is a very prideful man. His pride is smelling to the beam of the sky. It is his pride that is affecting him, nothing else. So if it takes away, if it takes away that, you know, arrogance and pridefulness, he will make a good governor and a good priest. But he's not doing all of that. So if he says that Peter Obi lied, and in that lie, don't forget, in the middle of the lie, the same information Peter Obi sent to his ADC was not what he relied upon to issue a press conference or a press statement. Then who is the lawyer? Who is the liar? Let me even go further. He says the IJP camp are the people he protests the most. Is he not ashamed? Father Ali, are you not ashamed that having been a governor going to 2 years now or so, your people are still living in IDP camps, and you're opening your mouth to say you are protecting them? What has happened to the ancestral home? Why have you not been able to ensure that they go back to the ancestral home? If you really love them, as you want us to believe. And then, I don't understand the grammar he was talking about, party. Peter Obi did not go there as Labour Party. So it shows that the man is, it shows that the Reverend Father is totally confused. He's totally confused. Peter Obi did not go to Plateau State as Labour Party. So why are you tying his party to him? Why are you saying that his party is not aware? It's not at the height of hypocrisy. When we say the truth, let us say the truth. Father Alia, you are the one that has lied. You are a liar as a priest. You are a liar as a governor. That is the truth. I am one of those who tell priests, I look into their faces and I tell them the truth. I don't believe in saying, what do they call it? They say, touch not my anointed. Remember, I will touch you because you are lying. You don't come and deceive us because you are wearing the toga of a priest. No. Tell us the truth. You don't want this man to come for political reasons. And it's obvious. So why are you not saying his party is not aware? What is his business with the party? Did he go to Plateau State as a Labour Party man? Did you see him carrying the Labour Party flag? So when we see the truth, let us say it is the way it is. Father Alia, please, I know you love the people living in ID camp. I know you're happy they are there. They're not happy. What you should do for them, I beg, find a way and send them back to the ancestral homes. Then I will know you love them very much.
Thank you. Mr. Kenobi, would you like to jump in on this, or make a just work out come out the go? Make a mind my business, enter inside another business.
No, I will. No, don't worry. I need to talk about what's happening in Benue State, and I find
by the way, there are lots of killings. I should have mentioned that at once. So just hang in there before you continue to talk about that one. Okay. Make I quickly remind you, say killings don't happen again for inside Benue State, because as we talk today now, we hear say suspected killers, herdsmen again enter inside Benue State for midnight, begin sweep communities again to as in early hours of I think this morning or so for inside another community for Udam in Gwe, West local government area of Benue State. If I said at 1 a.m. this morning, that's why I talk about this morning, they don't enter again, begin attack communities. And as I speak to you, about 7 people don't die so far. Other people, they don't get displaced. We know if you know where they did. And that same local government area, we talk about, another attack again still happened. As EB say, 19 passengers waited for inside 2 fully loaded commercial buses, then kidnap them, carry them hostage, and are still the same suspected herdsmen. And at the same West local government area, and this one happened again. And all this one, they happened recently. Oh yeah, as you respond to Father Alia matter, make you join all of them together, sir.
Yeah, so Governor Hyacinth earlier has, when I look at him in the same light as I look at Imo State Governor. Right?
No, Imo State Governor, not be Pope. Sorry, not be Bishop. You mean be Bishop now? You be Reverend Father now?
No, wait. Okay, so now, when Otom was governor, it looked like Otom was the worst governor in that Benue State had at the time. Alia came up And that's how the people get deceived, right? I mean, because he was a reverend father, so they thought he was going to do better, maybe led by God. Because
And
again, people
you have
just
a lot of
follow
Catholics in
politics.
Benue State too.
Exactly. So people just follow politics with high level of emotions, and unfortunately, the Nigerian type politics is not. If you invest your emotions in it, you're just going to die before your time, or you might be deceived over and over again, or time and time again. And that's exactly what is happening. So Alia got the opportunity, but then let me mention something. The reason I compared him to Imo State Governor is one, Imo State Governor was helped to become governor by the powers that be, especially in the north. Earlier, looking the other way, where his people are dying on daily, and he seemed not to be saying anything, even when he wants to speak. He speaks with vague language, things that just don't encourage an average Benue person to know that, look, this man that is there as a governor is there to protect the people and properties. He is speaking, he is how will I put it now? He's being too political with everything, right? And it's really unfortunate because you see, politics have gotten to a level in Nigeria where everybody have their own interpretation based on what is happening. And some people can even interpret better what they think is happening in the land. So whatever it is that you come up to tell them, they look at you like, what is this man talking about? Alia hasn't done better. And the disappointment I can feel in Benue State now is kind of huge because this man has really, and then that comparison that I made, it now appears that some kind of powers helped him to get there, all right, install him through APC. And that's why he's not speaking. I mean, how can somebody tell me that, oh, the people killing our people are not more like they are unknown?
Yes.
They are foreigners that invaded our land. Then you begin to wonder, Benue State does not bother any, foreign African country. I mean,
But
directly,
in
right?
fairness to him, he's not the
Benue
first person
State.
that has complained that too. Even Otom complained that during his time. He also complained that the people attacking
No,
their
no, no. You
neighbors
see,
are
this is
not
a political
from.
statement. It's not like we don't
Okay,
know. We are also saying what we
okay,
know. It's not about what they
okay,
say. They say things to cover their political loopholes.
okay.
What we know is the fact that people have been dying and the people are helpless, and you have a government in place. That's what I'm after. It's not about who said what. Or Tom said what he said, and perhaps the people got angry and pushed him out. They couldn't vote for him or the person he brought in. They voted for this man thinking he was going to do better. Now he's worse than Otom. That's what I'm saying. If you
Oh,
compare him to Otom, the 2 years that he has stayed, he is looking the other way. He's quite aloof. He doesn't even know. If you now look at what he did with Obi, you begin to wonder who is hiding what. So he knows that Obi is a straightforward talker, right? Somebody who comes, the people love him, he empathizes and sympathizes with the people. He goes there, the motley crowd will be so huge that the people will show, and he will let them know how he will bring humanity to their feelings. So Alia knows that. So the optics won't be good for him as a governor. That was why he had to block him. That was how he had to deny him of the opportunity to visit the IDP camp. He knows Obi is a grassroots person. Obi is a humanist. Obi is, somebody who, look, I've always said it. Look at anywhere Obi goes. There's no leader in Nigeria that can enter to places where Obi enters with ease. This same drag Obi Akpabio is dragging now with going to Vatican. Obi had been there a couple of days
yes,
ago. He was even in
he was there.
front.
He wasn't.
Exactly. He was even very close to the coffin of the Pope, and he was standing with prominent and eminent people. There was no high and cry about. He was just there. and they granted him. Obi was speaking today from, Hopkins University.
How the man they use one
In
talk? How they
America,
use
Obi
one
can enter
from
anywhere.
one place to the other in less than how many hours?
That's
They
what I'm telling
disappear
you
there,
now.
really.
This guy, 9B, now they lead an away with the talk now. You understand? Because he has no skeleton in his cupboard. He knows that all the places he's going to, you can imagine if he has a few things hanging around his neck. And you know how Western journalists usually behave. Anywhere they see him, they spot him, they would have been asking him some questions that would bring a whole lot of things, into the open. But because he's a free man, and he's such a person that, just want to bring simplicity into a complex political practice that we practice here. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's how these things are done. Earlier, denied Obi the opportunity because he knew what Obi would do. Not that Obi will play so hard. It's just a natural thing with him. Okay? He goes there, the people will cry to him and tell him how they are feeling and all of that. But it's just a disappointment that this is who Hyacinth Alia is. The people must have regretted that they put him there if they did. All right, they must have regretted, and that's he is doing what he's doing in order again to protect his second term, because these guys are just not. They are. Should I use the word? They are heartless, or they don't have humanity in them. You can imagine even what's happening at the federal level, where 2027 is the main game now. Any other thing will take the back burner.
By the way, one particular northern politician don't lambast them, talk, say all of them are prostitutes. All Nigerian politicians say they be prostitutes, and say they.
That's what I'm. No, that's the thing. So the other day I tweeted yes, because where you say you're running democracy, and then you don't have any form of ideology that you can hold on to, okay, and defend. That's where the problem is. So these guys have always, and now it's so brazen, the things they are doing, that it's all about personal aggrandizement, personal interest, vested interest, anything you can call it, anything that feathers their nest. That's exactly what they want to do. Unfortunately, the people have been beaten to a level where even slaves are much better. I'm telling you, man, they can no longer speak. They can't even.
It looks like you are part of those that have been beaten.
How? No, so it's so very tiring. This is not nice.
I think like I keep saying, I am a staunch Catholic, and I grew up. I know quite a number of bishops that are very close to me, archbishops, priests. They are very much close friends, and I like I said, Faralia's problem is he lacks humility. He's one of those arrogant Catholic priests. And when a Catholic priest gets involved in politics and becomes a full-time politician, he now believes that for everybody he's talking to, he's standing on the pulpit and he's talking to his children. And the way everybody says, oh, father. But unfortunately, he is dealing with politics. And I can assure you this. If Fadalia will not go a second term, go and write it down.
No, you can't be sure. You can't be sure, man. Look, that's why he's doing what he's doing. You can't be sure he's going to get second term.
He will not get it.
In LPC and he's playing the game.
I am telling you that.
Why do you think? Hold on. Why do you think these governors are decamping? They are decamping now because the only party you can afford to win your second term with is the party at the hem of that's at the top. Why? It's not because of people's vote. It's not going to be because of people's vote. It's going to be the other way around. They have weighed the pros and the cons.
Are you saying now? Are you saying what every one of us have been saying? That the governors are the ones who perpetuate the rigging and the fraud in our electoral system.
I didn't use the word, if you want to use the word rigging, because I can't defend it. I'm saying that the other way around. They know how to get in there. That's the mathematics.
You the fiasa, sorry. You the
because See, let us be very honest with ourselves. Let us be very honest with ourselves. Fadalia in Benue State has 1 vote. He has 1 vote. And I can assure you that if Nigerians are ready, like I keep saying, the hunger has not gotten to crescendo yet. The hunger is still in the bedroom taking shower. If the hunger sets in properly, I am telling you, the 2027 election will be the government in power against the masses. And if the masses are ready to shun 2 pieces of noodles, 3 balls of onions,
and
1 cup of rice, and maybe 5 or 10,000.
And I can tell you they cannot. If you bring even 1 pack of noodles, they will take it, because you see, this poverty was highly weaponized, all right? It's intentional. Anybody who is hungry does not have any morality. It doesn't have principle. So don't even go there. The more they do stupid and foolish things you can never believe. And the politicians know about this. That's why Nigerians, this thing is going to continue for God knows how long, I don't know. But it can only get worse. That's why you see that the politicians have become so brazen. The things they are doing.
I totally disagree with you. Nigerians are becoming awakened. Nigerians are becoming conscious of themselves and the environment. I totally disagree with you, and I can assure you, that in 2027,
but the problem is the sustainability. They can never sustain protestation. They will never.
It is no. In 2027, you're going to see, Nigerians will surprise you. Because Nigerians will come out and tell the government of the day that we are done with your bullshit.
Listen, Prince Chika, listen. To get to a level where I can even do Bet Niger on this with you, we will give Precious some amount of money. If it happens, listen, take my money. And I will bet with very huge amount of money.
I bet you 50,000. I bet you 50,000.
We're looking at $1 million again. I call 50,000.
Mr. Kenneth, I want to understand why you get that stand where you get where you say Nigerians don't feel withstand protest. Why you think say Nigerians?
I am telling you, I say, listen, this whole thing. When you have psychological, there's what they call. I watched The Making of a Slave, right, by Willie Lynch. When you intentionally create slavery, it continues in cycle. And I'm not joking about it. And that's the more reason why Nigeria's problem, have kind of lasted for a long time. And it's kind of get worse and worse and worse, even when you think the people are awakened. Because right now we've run democracy. What is the essence of democracy? When we had military rule, they say, oh, people couldn't speak because they don't have freedom to speak. Now that Nigerians are speaking on radio, on television, on social media, everywhere, what is still holding? It is that idea of forming a consensus. By the way, this is still a country that have refused to be a country because of the things that divides us, which really doesn't make sense. Because I thought that hunger by now should have been that common decimal that will connect everybody. But no, everybody now is hungry, but they are still hungry in different tribes. All right? Any tribe that they will tell you, oh, Naibos, they're hungry, everybody still push it to when everybody is still hungry. So if up till now, Nigerians have not been able to come together after 20-something years of democracy, where they are talking but no action, even when they try to push a mass action, 1 or 2, 3 days, some level of intimidation, 1 or 2 persons dies, everybody backs down, and then it goes back to status quo. That's what I'm saying. And the more they do that, the more politicians become more brazen. That's my problem. These things are psychological. Anywhere you have seen that, I'm sorry, anywhere you have seen where people protested and they gained something out of it. For instance, in Kenya, right? I listened to the head of the organizers of the protest in Kenya. They said the one thing that led them, even in South Africa, is common purpose. All right, common purpose to say, look, dying is not an option. In fact, to protest is to die. So when people die, don't cower, don't buckle in. Just go ahead because it's part of the game. Here, what looked like what could have worked was NSAS, at least in recent time that I know, right? That thing, they organized it well and all of that. I thought these guys could have sustained, even when they were shooting inside the crowd. But no, as soon as that happened, that's a joke too extreme. And these guys had to disperse. And then these guys again pushed back fear, because it looked like they were wearing off the fears that have held them down a long time ago. Do you understand? The government started calculating how they're going to do it. That was why they had to take in mileages, the actions they took. Presence of army, rollouts, tanks and all of that. The people did not get scared. They came close. They pointed guns at them. They couldn't get scared. They shot above their heads. They couldn't run until they shot into their midst. And people started seeing their fellow, people dying. And then, exactly, that was where the fear. So it's psychological. They pushed back fear into the people. And that's all government wanted. And now you can see, come out, people are hungry. They protested, against hardship in the land, to say the economy is not doing well. We don't have jobs. We're hungry. You arrested them and then you charge them for treason. And there are no further protestation. People just relax and then they are talking in their bedroom. So listen, we are going nowhere with this kind of attitude. That's what I'm saying.
Mr. Can I? I'm coming. Let me quickly ask a question. While I think that he's being pessimistic and he fear me, say because it just they look like saying I'm waiting to happen. But I had a guest yesterday on this show, not a guest, one of our callers, and she called from England. And she was awesome. But she did say a lot of things. She talks, say, as a matter of fact, say Tinubu na coward. Not be me talk about, so you talk. He say Tinubu na coward. Say you no get liver. Say you no be any master strategies as the thing saying be. See, as a matter of fact, say waiting in they fear the most. Now make the people come together, come protest against them. Because him na person will be saying
he took off now.
In fact, people they even talk say that enters protest. Say most of the politicians go lock themselves.
Exactly.
They go hide themselves because they
were scared.
Say, made the rage of the people no fall on them. That they were really scared. So what should they talk? Should they talk? Say that my guest talk. Say the people never get that mind to, just like you say, to bring themselves together to talk. Say this time around, all dying and
exactly.
Die,
if they can conquer dying.
She say until Nigerians then go fit get that mind to talk. Say then go fit, then go make sure say they stop these people no matter the odd. Say at that time.
Absolutely, that's so.
Okay. Let me join in on this. This is where I differ with the two of you.
Based on this, waiting you get to read.
Yes, I will say. I don't know how much you relate with the Nigerian people, the ordinary, the downtrodden. And I can tell you that it is getting to that level where people would say, we are ready to do. And like I keep saying, right now, the stage is being set. The stage has not been completed, but it's been set. When that stage is set, you will remember we had this discussion this night. Now let me say something. When you talk of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in the last few days, I've been trying to do some, retrospective of Bola Tinubu to find out who this man is. And I feel so bad that the political elite in this country are the most wicked set of individuals. They packaged Bola Tinubu as the man who fought for democracy. And then like you said, what is democracy? Democracy, in any way you want to define it, is all about the people owning the power. And if Bola Ahmed Tinubu is truly a Democrat, as he claims, in his own time as a democratically elected president, he opens his eyes wide open and he sees Nigeria sliding into anarchy. He sees Nigeria sliding into one party state, one party, and he's the one championing it. He is happy about it. What is democratic about Bola Metu? It simply
We're not
shows.
talking about democracy.
Exactly.
Please,
I'm coming. No, I'm coming to somewhere. I'm going to somewhere.
No, we don't
I'm going to somewhere. Allow me to land.
Exactly.
I'm going to somewhere. Let me land. Where I'm going is that. Wait, calm down, madam, calm down. Make your blood calm down. Where I'm heading to is that Ekene talked about the fact that what played out during the NSAS, and then the recent one we had was the bad governance.
Bad governance process, yeah.
Good.
The bad governance process.
What really happened with the end bad governance? Ekene, between you and I, looking at those children that were arrested and brought to court and charged for treason, I am telling you, no matter the liver the people have, for now, everybody is looking back and slowing down.
No, but Prince Francis Chilaka, this one after
I tell you now, slowing down to where?
Yeah?
I don't understand you.
So, you know they follow the story the way
The people will take back their country. 2027, the people will take back their country.
How?
Sorry, I will come back on. They just took lights, so let me put on there.
Oh, okay. I think they shut down his lights. Okay, all right. So, oh dear. Oh, whoa. How they can't take two people lights at the same time? Prince Francis Chilaka, are you there?
Hey, I'm here. It's band A.
The band A, and they take off and on like
that. Band A don't happen.
Oh wow. Sorry about that.
This is the real band A you are seeing.
Okay.
It's the real band A.
Speaking about
yes, now band A don't happen. The same band A that the federal government cannot afford to pay. Is the band A the one the ordinary Nigerians to be paying?
I was going to go to that conversation very quickly while we're on this, with all of this really happen now. There's been outrage. People don't cry, say, as the federal government, say, and when they come and talk that, say they want to use $10 billion, use 10 billion naira, use get solar. Some people been talk, say, that it's, there was a lot of outcry, right? And then somebody like Reno Mokurekon, they say, it's not renewable energy. They even try to do well because places like US, other countries, and they go for renewable energy. So not just a Nigeria way of getting into renewable energy. But the country now don't come kukuma respond. And in that response, they don't even put it in renewable energy. They don't come talk, say, because of say they no fee cope with NEPA bill. The federal government, I come and talk this one now. See why they won't use 10,000. In fact, they say the Director General of the Energy Commission of Nigeria, Mustafa Abdullahi, he said it is unsustainable for the government to continue paying about 47 billion naira yearly in power bills. It costs. According to him, he say this was the reason President Tinubu approved 10 billion naira for the solar power grid to power the presidential villa. 10 billion. Okay, he said it would be recalled that in 2024, the Abuja Electricity Distribution AEDC, in an advertorial titled Notice of Disconnection, said the presidential villa owed electricity bill to the tune of 923 billion naira, almost 1 trillion naira, remember that time. Now, the discourse also issued a 10-day notice for the presidential villa and 86 government parastatals and agencies, right, for that. So bottom line, government now they talk, say, not because of say they won't do renewable energy, say not because of say they don't tire, they no fee continue to pay for the price of band A. That is why they are changing. Why? Make I take a response. Okay, they don't take your light again, sir. Okay, all right, go ahead, sir.
Oh, I'm here. You know the thing is this. I said to somebody that since the inception of this administration, from different guises.
Wait, all right, so they don't take the light again too.
So yeah, taken from the Nigerian people. That is what this government has continued to do from different guises. From customs, from electricity.
So the government doesn't collect money from people. Just to collect money from Nigerians.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
From petroleum. Very soon they will start seeing how they can tax Nigerians on the air they breathe. It's coming to that. But the shameful thing is that this is a government that is is taken from the people, administering tablets, syrups, and injections on the people. And yet this government cannot take any of the medications they are recommending for the Nigerian people.
So now, because they don't fit take a taste of your own medicine, now it's make them want to come out for national grid now.
Exactly. Because how do you expect you not move me from whatever band I was before, you move me to band A. Meanwhile, you are supposed to be the leader, you are running away from the band. So the government cannot afford to pay for band A. They cannot afford to pay for band B. So they will run away and allow ordinary Nigerians to bear the brunt. The 10 billion that they are advocating now to put whether solar or whatever in, is it not from the ordinary Nigerians? It's from the ordinary Nigerians. The multitude of people they sent to Rome for the burial of the Pope, where did the money come from? The ordinary Nigerians. Your president spent 19 days in France and UK on a private visit, but he went with the presidential jet. Who was paying for it? The ordinary Nigerians.
Akpabio de Italy now, Rome. Who they pay for the money? The
ordinary Nigerians.
Okay.
So the point is this: this government, as far as I'm concerned, is not thinking about the people. Everything they tell you, oh, it's about the Nigerians. No, it's a lie. It's a lie. They are lying. Just like Father Ali has said that Peter Obi lied. They too, they are lying. They have been feeding the Nigerian people with nothing but lies. And that is why you see someone like Okowa, who already has a case with EFCC. Don't forget, he has a case with EFCC. And he's running to APC. And the APC has opened door for him to enter. That case is dead on arrival.
He seems to be forgiven. Just like their former chairman.
Exactly. That is it. Okay. So you have wicked, greedy, and selfish political class that think only about themselves without thinking about the Nigerian people.
So let me quickly.
And that's why I keep telling you. That watch out, 2027 is going to be about the ruling class and the ordinary Nigerians. And the ordinary Nigerians will have the day. Yes.
The ruling class versus the ordinary. So, Mr. Obi, in all of this really happened. IMF will be the chief advisor of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for inside the economic reforms. Come out, come talk, say the economic reforms. So they be the talk, say they look good. Say no. It be like saying they look good again. Say so far. Say if Tinubu get to manage the way they spend money, because it be like say they spend money anyhow, and then they don't come predict now. Say Nigeria economy no go even if it grow the way it's supposed to grow again. Thirdly, they don't come even predict say more Nigerians go sink into poverty while some African countries, in fact, why some countries of the world where no get natural resources, they predicted to improve in terms of their development and economy. Nigerian own and other people will get natural resources, their own will sink more, and then people will get poorer. How come that is? And how is it that these same politicians no fit understand, say, make we not buy spoon for budget every year, because you don't reach time where you say spoon suppose last 10 years before buy them. Make we not buy plates every 10 years. Make we not buy AC every 10 years. Make we not buy cars every 10 years. Make we not every year rather. Make all these things not they our budgets every year, because it's unnecessary expenses. Just loopholes to use collect money up and down. Where they say them too don't tell themselves. So with all these things where they happen to the extent where IMF don't tell them themselves, you think some people not go feel vexed enough to talk say enough is enough?
Okay, so I will take it from two-pronged. All right, one is I told you, in the past discussions we've had, and I said an average politician comes into the government space just for one thing, maybe two, but the first purpose is to line his pocket and to make it. All right. So that's why you see that if anybody gets into government, even if he stays there for 2 days, 2 days is enough to become a billionaire. It takes me back to when let me give this example before I come back. When the former governor before Hope got in, right? People cried that he was just there for 7 months, but he knew he was gonna go out since the matter had gone to court, because he didn't win the 2/3 spread that the constitution requires. So he was able to make himself happy like any other person. So people go into government to line their pockets and to get rich. Okay, then they don't go there to serve. If you compare that to what happens abroad, so people leave their community to go and serve the community. People here, so we know what happens. Now, if you now go back to what we're talking about, you now realize that because they go there to do such a thing, they will not have pity on the way they spend money. And IMF people know this, that people are in government to loot, to mismanage, to cut away and all of that. And you see, money don't remain, if you're doing business and you're eating from profit to principal money and you don't even know which is which, you can't really make it as a private business owner, let alone, it's the same thing with government, right? Good. And then they are the authority, they create the laws, they evade the law because it doesn't cut up with them. So IMF, abroad people, Western people, they know all of this things. So they leave you to your problem. They can only project based on what they know you are. That's number one. Number two, it comes back to what Obi campaigned, his mantra of campaign, which is from consumption to production. These guys know that the crop of people leading our government, both at the national and subnational, they are not interested in going into innovative anything, manufacturing or producing anything. They are not interested. They're only interested. You see, that one natural resource that we have many, but we concentrated on one, which is crude oil. Every other thing have gone into the hands of private individuals who are mining them. Governments are not aware. And then even when they are aware, they can't do anything because there is no government focus on all those areas. For instance, gold and any other thing that we have, right? So private individuals are mining them and also cutting away whatever money that accrues from there. We have failed to produce. And starting with production is the stability of electricity, for instance. It has refused. 1999, we started this democracy with about 5,000 megawatts of electricity.
Yes. They said they don't increase that now to 7,000, sir.
That is for, what do you call that now? Generation. The distribution part of the chain tells you that they don't have capacity to distribute because they haven't invested. There is no, there are no infrastructures yes, there are no investments.
To distribute the 7,000.
Absolutely. So you distribute.
So where they get the light where they use from move people to band A from?
It's the same scarce light that you have. Okay.
So that means they have to deny some people.
That's what they did. That's what they're doing. I don't know what they're from the same scarce light that you have. They try to generate more money. They try to generate more money because every department and agency of government have been mandated to rake in money. Everybody is like buying and selling. So mandated to say, you know what, devise a way of generating money. Hound these Nigerians, whether they are earning 70,000 or 30,000 or whatever it is, just squeeze them anyhow you can find it, but generate money because government needs money. So that's why you see that every agency of government, every department of government, they are buying and selling, and they are very serious about it. Do you understand me? So in as much as they are not ready to go the Obi way of producing to export in order to generate more money, more dollars or more foreign currencies, we will remain where we are. And that's the only way you can get out of such quagmire, right? To produce, and then look at Nigeria. Nigeria sits in a very, maybe they don't know it, but you see, with mouth, we know we can, oh, giant of Africa and all of that. It's very easy to speak with your mouth. But Nigeria is very strategic for Africa to grow. Do you understand? Every African country looks up to Nigeria. But Nigeria do not understand
They don't look
what
up
that
to
means.
themselves now.
It's gone. In African rating economically, Nigeria as at today is number 4. Do you understand me? Number 4, South Africa first, Egypt second, Angola third, Nigeria now 4th economically. And we still speak that we are the giant of Africa. Yes, we are, if we can wake up to know the relevance of our own standing in Africa. But no, politics and all manner of nonsense we've been doing have really relegated us to the background. And we still don't understand what is going on. We still think yesterday is the same as today. And tomorrow we can continue the rubbish that we've been doing. So IMF knows all of this, knowing that the people in government are not serious people. They don't even, I wouldn't say they don't have the ability to think. Those who can think for them, when they think out laudable ideas, right, and bring to them in terms of policy, they do not implement it. So long as it does not benefit them, they are not interested. And this is where I talk about, even when you talk about the people rescuing their country, how much do the people know? Even when they know, how are they able to fashion out ways of liberating the country? It's not just by saying, oh, somebody is there. When somebody is there and he's not really doing what he's supposed to do, and you think you know better, how do you think you can correct the person? Because you see, whatever it is that they take as decision, yeah, if it is good, our lives get better. If it is bad, everybody is going to suffer it. There is no amount of prayer that will change bad policies coming from, people representing you in the government. And that's the truth about this whole thing. Everybody goes to church on a Sunday. Everybody goes to mosque on a Friday. And what do they go to pray about? They even try to, people live and die praying for mundane things that are supposed to have come to them naturally. That's what they live and die for. Yet they don't get it before they die. Generations have passed away, and still we are still here. If you go to Benin Republic, you will see what look like a country. I have flown from Cotonou Airport, right, to Europe. I saw how, if you go there, everybody is doing their work. Do you understand? Nobody will ask you for kobo. Everybody minds their business. It's not the same thing here. You understand? We've normalized a lot of bad stuff, and it really doesn't make sense. And it will continue like that as long as we're not doing, you might be asking the right kind of questions, but you're not doing the right thing to follow up. Nigerians, Obama said democracy is good, but you have to continue to almost like be a watchdog. You just don't vote and go to relax. You have to keep the person you put there on his toes, meaning you have to be very watchful, and you just don't have to sleep. But Nigerians, after voting, everybody goes to work. Everybody relaxes. The person you put in there go and start to do anything he or she deems fit. And at the end of the day, they look like the boss. But on paper, it is said that you are the boss, okay, that put him there. He is a worker, you are the boss. But when they get in there, they are the boss. You are the slave.
So, Mr. Kenneth, you did mention about politics, and Prince Francis Chilaka, I'd like to come to you very quickly. The sole administrator for Rivers State, he don't finally appear before the ad hoc committee for their oversight function, the oversight function of Rivers State. I remember saying that 2 times now they don't call him, he don't feel. And the third one now be this, where he can't agree to come. When he can't come this one now, he can't begin tell them, he say, my lords, I'm very, very sorry. I just want to tell on and say, not be say I disrespect and I say I no won't come. But I get to understand, say, because of the delicate situation for inside Rivers State, and how fragile the River State politics use there right now, and the environment. Even though say we know River State they relatively calm. I saw you talk. Say you acknowledge say River State they relatively calm. But because of say the place still they a bit fragile, say now waiting make it they delicate. So now waiting make it go hard them to come respond and say because of holiday the Easter holiday and all that. And say plus say for the fact, say sorry, sir, why are you laughing? So say he go
And they
need
laugh
more
now
time.
because
Say he go
what
need
is
more
it?
time. Let them try give him more time so that he go fit come back and give them detail. That is for almost 6 weeks now where you don't become head of state. Oh. Say make them give him more time. Say because that it is not easy to be a sole administrator under a democratic regime. So a very hard task. So say make them give him more
Yeah.
time before you go come and give them a detailed report on what they happen for River State. What do you think about your response?
Well, you know how it is, right? You know, when power is given to you, right? You go first you go first show who you be and who you want to become. Any other person that they add to your mix, you go one try to shake the person to see what in they carry for mind. Hmm? Because if they constituted that committee from House of Rep to say oversee what in this man they do. Whatever he wants to do, please look into it and be sure that it's okay before you can approve something like that. The man go feel say if he come out to come fraternize with them, right? It will be like say he no like he just submit and you know he's an authority to himself. All right, coming from two area, one a military person and he's a sole administrator, right? Good. So anyhow he can also sit on top of this committee, he would do it. So he has first tried to intimidate them by frustrating them and looking at their reaction to see what in the feed do.
Oh, so you think it was
Yeah, it was
deliberate? You think it
deliberate.
was
I
pure
know, I
intimidation?
know, I'm sure.
He just no one go answer them.
Otherwise, if you want to respect the constitution, they've constituted the people, right? They are on authority already coming from our constitution. So you have to respect authority normally. You can't tell me they call you for this, come and present what you done, they do, and all of that, and you begin to give excuses. You didn't even honor them. You didn't even, like, they got frustrated. The last time they waited for you, I think it was day before yesterday, they waited for
It
a
wasn't
couple
before
of
yesterday.
hours
They wait.
or so.
And he was in Abuja.
Exactly. They know,
He was in Abuja.
you just you just treat them like say they don't exist. Now, when they come please you, and after you don't frustrate them small, then you can't show up. Now begin to give excuses. How you love and respect their authority, how and all that. This is just, and then they should give you time. For somebody who really wants to submit, what does it take? You are not the one to write the report. Since they constituted them, you would have delegated the work to your some special
You
advisor,
don't get
whatever it is,
angry. Somebody, yes.
to write for you so that you come and present humbly. But no, he wants to show himself, and that's where the problem is. So you see, Abbas has shown himself as somebody who, first, he's acting like an elected governor. Power don't sweet him, and you see, because of where he's coming from, he was taking authority from Oga Patapata before, right? Even up till now.
Yes.
Anything where tell us, I mean they do. So he believes say any other person is irrelevant, right? And that's the way it is. Even if he disappoints you, no come. If you cry, then if you show up, he give you excuses. In don't show me that. There's nothing you can do next time. The next 2 or 3 other calls where you go call, if you don't answer on, you go just a frustration like that. They go at the end of the day, there's nothing you can do because the kind of democracy we they run. If you know where they collect your power from, and that power is so powerful that you don't need to listen to any other person. Man, any other person feel go to hell. So he tries to normalize the whole thing by showing up since in the Abuja. Let's see how it goes. In don't first attend to them. Waiting in talk. Did you hear them ask any question? Because all that presentation he did, telling them, oh, how River State take tough, the job he's doing is very tough. That's why he couldn't come and all of that. Placated them and everything. At the end of the day, everybody went home. Nobody even asked him a question, as if they were angry. But before then, they were already angry, as if they see him, they were going to pose too many questions to them that can chop and raw, but they don't fit chop them. So that's why it be. He was very tactical, and I
Okay.
think that will have to continue.
So moving on with that, TBK Rotimi Amici don't also talk recently where he talk say, in fact, yesterday night talk and he say they sad as he be said they use come up for Bara and can talk say what's make this one fee happen? Say that because of say National Assembly they weak. saying that because of say the National Assembly they weak, now make the National Assembly get the mind to affirm waiting the illegality
Mhm.
wey be say President Tinubu do. Say unless say Tinubu for no get the mind to flout and break our constitution like that. In fact, in words, they say, do you agree? Okay, do you agree? His words. Do you agree that there is nothing like fearless leader and there is nothing like courageous leadership? Do you Nigerians need a courageous leader where the system works? Because where system they work, you really don't need a courageous leader. Just push the button and everything will give you the answer. It's only when there is a failed leadership that you begin to look at one who can be courageous or one whom you can call a courageous leader. He said there are different types of leadership traits, and fearless leaders, fearless leadership is not one of them. There is the authoritarian leadership, in name all of them. Say you can either have a fearless followership or a docile followership. So for Nigerians, even like say them, they follow for the camp of docile followership because anything where governments do, they need to react,
Good.
they need to talk about it. Even though say somebody for inside River State don't try to look whether it go fit carry the matter go inside go what's it they call them courts, but people never know the outcome of how that could be because I think former Deputy Speaker of the River State House of Assembly, Honorable Marshall Stanley, he don't carry the matter go high court for inside Abuja. He they talk say make court stop to give the administrator releasing allocation to the administrator, especially local government allocation. Because if we even look by the judgment where the courts judge, Supreme Court talk say may they no release the state allocation until they get a duly what did they call them? Duly passed bill. Where based on the Amehule team go pass the bill. But right now, Amehule team never even sit down. Then they suspension. President, you sup the Supreme Court. That is climb on top of the head of the Supreme Court. Carry the same money where be said the same they no give out. Carry go give this sole administrator. When no get either a budget or you no get anything. Carry money give up. Again, the local government money them. They're supposed to suspend them until when we get elected local government. If we go by waiting them do for this their local government autonomy law where be said and pass like that. But even at that, we don't have a sitting local government. We'll not get a democratically elected local government for Inside River State. Yet they still release, excuse me, please. They still they release local government allocation to them. So now waiting this person they carry go court now. How you think say this court then will be? Remember, say PDP governors don't go court since.
Okay.
They don't go court since. Supreme Court never see the matter high.
Before I go talk about the former speaker that took the matter to court, let me talk about Amechi. Amechi is been very loud about the same thing that I just told Chilaka here, that Nigerians, their docility is docility is very alarming and it's very disturbing.
Yes.
I remember Amechi in 2015, before APC took over. Amechi was on stage in Lagos here and berated the Nigerian, the masses, the hoi polloi, right? He berated them. And what did he say? He said, look, the Nigerian masses are utterly, use the word stupid and very fearful. Why? He said, so long as you guys continue to be like this, we, the elected leaders of the government, governors and all, will continue to steal. We'll steal your money. We use it to punish you. We use it to punish you. Exactly. Yeah, you cannot.
He did not mention others, so he added himself.
Exactly. He said we. He said including himself. He said until you begin to stone us here, like you said, right? Then we'll know you're serious. That's what he said. I mean, there's nothing truer than that kind of statement. Nothing is truer. Now, he said it, and then Nigerians heard it. Some talked about the fact that, yeah, he made sense, and what has Nigerians made out of that? Nothing. Since 2015, Amechi had continued to bring out that side of the Nigerian masses that have refused to let them see the next mileage, okay, in their quest for liberation. And now anytime he has opportunity, he talks about it, how Nigerians
Yes, it
Again, I
does.
use my own word. I said they've been beaten to a
Understand.
level where they don't even understand the ground they are standing on anymore. They are just existing. And it's psychological. Again, he talked about it the other day, telling you there is no powerful leader and all of that. There is none. Even Ndi Igbo made a proverb. They said, Obumma, anaghị ekwe ka mma fee ya n'azụ. Somebody who kills with machete, right, does not even allow a kitchen knife, somebody with kitchen knife to be at his back because he is scared. You get what I'm saying? That is how these things are done. So there is no powerful person except the people or the system or a thing makes a thing powerful. If you see somebody who is in a very bad marriage, a man slaps you, hits you, and you can't retaliate, and you're there because your mother told you, oh, the best way to keep a marriage is to stay and manage. Anything he does to you, just keep it. He does it the first time, second time, oh my goodness, you have given him a free will to run rough shots on you anytime he wants it. You get what I'm saying? So except you push back, either to fight, if you don't want to fight back, and fighting back may not be at the time he's doing it. If you know him, if he's more powerful and then he sleeps, or you can retaliate and show your own strength, and then he will know that you're also capable of killing, or you leave the house entirely, leave the whole marriage and leave the whole relationship in order to push back. So these are ways things are done. Nigerians have been so beaten to a level where they don't even understand themselves anymore. And that's why it continues. And Amechi has never missed an opportunity to talk about how foolish Nigerians are. Okay? Till tomorrow. Now you talk about the ex-speaker that took the administration.
And
Yes.
And the reason we make it one.
Look, it's one of those exercise in futility, if you ask me. Because yes, if you know where the whole thing is coming from, all right, you can only do that maybe and succeed. And I don't know why. A precedent had been laid right from Obasanjo, right? Okay, declaring state of emergency in Ekiti, in Plateau, and all of that.
Yes.
Good. And then I think, was it done in Bayelsa too? Yeah, in Bayelsa, Alamesia now, yeah, that's. No, it was impeachment. It was impeachment in Bayelsa. So Plateau and Ekiti, Obasanjo did it. So he laid that precedent. Jonathan did it tactically because of the political. There was some kind of bad stuff brewing at the time. Everything seemingly was against him from the north. So he tried to do stuff to placate them, not to really offend people. That was why he did what he did in Adamawa and Jigawa and all of that.
But
you understand?
Not even that. Jonathan's own was because of then it was because of the insecurity. Boko Haram, they've been one make sure saying.
That's what I'm saying. No, for a ruthless president who may not have cared, would have removed the governors as well. Do you understand? But he was very tactical about it. Even at that, they still berated him. They still called him bad names. Do you understand? As if he did what he did was what the Constitution talked about. He was very lenient. Okay, so Buhari didn't seize the opportunity to do anyone. Now Bola Tinubu has done what he did. We know that yes, it may be for his own best interest, but you see, I don't think he's the first. That's why he's not even listening to anybody, right? He's not the first, because you see, when you talk about government, who is the government? Who runs the government? And who is interested in what? At the end of the day, you find that he's not the first person to do it. And that's what they will tell you. I'm not saying two wrongs makes a right. Somebody at some point might have to correct something going forward. But he has done it to the best, reasons he could adduce to the problem. All right? This guy that have gone to court to say, oh, stop the funds, the whatever they're supposed to come to the local government people, because they are not constituted. It's just going to be efforts in futility. There's nothing anyone can do. There's nothing he will get out of it. That's just my submission, because so that we don't get to lose. Yeah.
Thank you. So before I let Nigerians jumping on this conversation now, talking about the things and what happened for the country. Remember the defection we happened recently, but moving away from that defection, before this recent defection of some PDP governors to APC, Valentine Ozibo, what people see as a good ally of Peter Obi, being also decamp for inside Anambra State. Understand they say him Gongo said Anambra State from. Well, recently, and as he decamp, he lose the primaries election for inside Anambra State. He lose the tickets. We see some people they talk say look like saying an open ticket for the governor of the state to even win the election. You understand? It is so but they don't they ask him now. They talk say well say they regret say he lose the election and he leave an APC at all. Say he always knew that he wanted to leave. He justified his defection to the ruling party, saying he explored all options, but his concerns were not addressed inside Labour Party. You think that because of this problem where they happen for Labour Party, and I be the reason? Because as it did like this now for inside Labour Party, it be like say there is no headway. If Obi is not careful, Obi may not have a political party to contest under. Remember, say Supreme Court make a judgment. After the judgment, the Supreme Court talk, we even clearly state and say Abure tenure expire, and we even berate the appeal court. We go mention Abure name and tell him saying be the substantial chairman and then be the chairman and all that. The Supreme Court even berate the justices of the appeal court. So they don't get any right to meddle for that kind of thing. And then can't talk and say all the prayers where the appellants then will be in another and follow appeal the case where then carry say they approve. But Obi Oraifo, your brother, Obi brother, still come back which day again, come they talk, say no. Say anybody like Obi them and Alex Oti them, where they happy, say na them, na the Usman don't they in charge, say na lie, say na them still they in charge. Now saying that nobody, INEC should not listen to them, Obi, that they are still the one in charge of the party. So going by that, do you think that Valentine may have been right to say he won't leave the party because of say, be like say the internal crisis for the party don't already do too much? Before we go enter inside the P2B angle of the conversation.
You see, for me, right, everybody where they come out now, they find the broom where they go hold. There was a way I described the Nigerian politician, an average Nigerian politician. Then be like, you can equate them to people where we say they hold eba for hand, they waka anywhere. Eba their pocket. Anywhere they see where they cook soup, then go just sit down, begin to expect, make you serve them soup, make them chop. So people that defected from PDP and a couple of other parties like NMPP, okay, this defection is happening all at the same time. Okay, you will be wondering, waiting APC led by Ganduje and of course the president himself, waiting in the dangle in front of these people, waiting in the promise them. In my own opinion, I think one.
When you say led by Ganduje, I remember something, but it's okay. I know we have a barrier, so it's okay. Go ahead, sir.
Because I've never seen a thing like this. Democracy only thrives where you have competition. Okay, it may not be solid competition, but at least you allow people make them be. Anyhow, you strengthen your own party. If you're winning, you're winning. But this is a time in our history politically where a particular a political party that is handling the government affairs have decided to literally destroy every other party. Okay,
You think so?
They've always planted malls everywhere. I mean, it's known. It isn't why you have three leadership in that are existing in Labour Party today. You think it happened by chance? No. If each of those leadership structure in their own head, if they are not getting what they're supposed to get, nobody will be there. Somebody somewhere is sponsoring some things and to keep them there. This is one time that interest, listen, I just don't know how to say it, but if you look at what, let's focus on this man, Ezebo, right? Ezebo, whatever his name, Valentine. Is that his name? Is that his name?
Yes, Valentine.
Yes,
Yes.
good. What he said,
Yes.
cannot be true. But you see, you have to give it to him because it's his word against himself. Whatever reason that he knows, but I know in his head, everybody that came through Labour Party used the Labour Party as a vehicle because that time you didn't have to do much. Okay? Riding on the goodwill of Obi and obedience, they were ready to, including the guy that is the House of Representative member in Etiosa. His name is Son Tedious or whatever his name is, right? We have not even heard from him after voting for him.
The one that won Banky W.
Good. So that's
win Banky
the
W.
others, exactly. So the guy gained the opportunity, okay, because he was in Labour Party at the time. Nobody knew him. And after he got the votes, he disappeared. We don't even, the last time I saw him, he was wearing the same Bola Tinubu kind of cap. People were assuming that, oh, this man may have, be fraternizing with APC people. He may have joined or he wants to join APC. That was, these people are just all about their interest. So Valentine did what he did and then he lost out and then just giving those excuses. For me, it's just all about their own political strategy, okay, to jump from, because anybody who does not have an ideology or any party without ideology, and then the followers of that party, the adherents of that party members who don't have an ideology and can stand by their own ideology, then I have no respect for them. And that's what is happening across board. All the people in different political parties have no ideology. And who suffers this whole thing, this whole alignment and realignment, is the people of Nigeria. You can imagine what is happening in Delta State. People are crying that, look, when we voted you in, if their vote ever counted, they voted you through a particular platform. They gave you their mandate in that platform, and then you moved without even consulting them. Okay, does it really make sense? It doesn't make sense. If you look at this, if you weigh this whole thing beyond the way they are playing it, which looks like, oh, they are smart individually, they are smart politicians, what happens to the people? And that's what I'm after.
All right. Okay, so let's quickly jump in on something Obi said in Johns Hopkins University. Again, he has tried to, while speaking in Johns Hopkins University, he did speak about what he called the existential challenge bedeviling Nigeria, saying that he did say that the Nigerian leaders generally say they lack the competence and then lack the character and capacity to govern Nigeria well. Say you no get as in Duam. Say they no get them at all. If he didn't, they didn't. So he talked up today. Now he emphasized that that countries like China, Indonesia, Vietnam progressed because they had capable leaders where we say sabi work. In fact, quoting him, he says the future of a nation depends largely on its political leadership. The politicians. So he said China, Vietnam, and Indonesia, and indeed other progressive nations, unlike Nigeria, have competent leadership with character, capacity, and compassion, committed to prioritizing, that is to carry the people matter for head, prioritizing investment in critical areas of development measures like education, health, and pulling people out of poverty. So now waiting make those countries and develop. And say Nigeria lack people who be say go fit do this kind of thing them. So he lamented that Nigeria's high poverty rate is because of these things, the kind of leaders who we get. And Coinsist say this results from the incompetence of leaders and their lack of integrity and compassion, which hindered sustainable growth. If I'm quoting him, he says, these three nations have moved up to the high category of HDI, while Nigeria has fallen into the low category within the same period of 35 years span. From 1990 to 2025, the GDP per capita of these comparable nations have all improved. As of 1990, while Nigeria had a GDP per capita of $556, China had $317. That of Nigeria was even higher. Indonesia had $578, about the same pair
Ever
with
since I,
Nigeria, and Vietnam had $99 only. $99 only. Nigeria obviously had a higher GDP per capita than China, while Vietnam had less than 1/5 of Nigeria's per capita. But today, Nigeria's per capita is about 1/5 of Indonesia's, $5,000, and Vietnam is $4,400 per capita, and below 1/10 of Nigeria's 1,300 GDP per capita. So he say, the situation dey bad. You can't talk, say you observe coincided with, let me let you react to that. Then he also talk something about Nigerian youth, them, how it be say the kind of youth them what we get for Nigeria now, youth where it be say because of poverty, we be like say we don't normalize to increase transactional politics now for inside poverty, for inside Nigeria, where it be say they go fit pay you small money, attack this politician. They go either through your social media or even come physically, come attack you. They don't want say this kind of practice, they're very dangerous and injurious to democracy and the future of democracy generally for Nigeria. Would you love to chime in briefly on that?
yeah.
Before I open the phone lines. Let you know the phone lines are open. If you have access to the comment section, oh yeah, he did the post where they pinned by the comment section. Just go there. You will see the link where you go use join us for the conversation. The link they pinned by the comment section. Just go there, follow the link. You go enter inside the house, join us for the show, or you call the WhatsApp line 0817-029-4077. And if it's your first time of joining us, again now follow us like a village people now, and most importantly, like this post now, like, share, comment. Most importantly, like and share, and then follow us and click on the subscription button. Mr. Kenneth, let me let you react.
Okay, so you see, Obi has broken down what ordinarily used to be complex in the way politicians makes people to believe. Obi has broken down politics in elementary form. And it's only those who understand that truth is usually in black and white. If you really want to know, you will know. If you don't want to know, then you wouldn't know. And unfortunately, people of this country have decided what truth means to them, even when it's in black and white. So they choose to accept what they want to, depending on who is speaking. Sometimes even they hate you, depending on where you're coming from, the guts you have, your political leaning, your tribal leaning, that kind of stuff. They hate you for speaking the truth. They can even castigate you. So that's how much they've been able to, politicians have been able to, how will I put it now, color the minds of most Nigerians. And that's why truth is very hard. Otherwise, I've never seen any politician in Nigeria who has, except those in the past, like the Zik and Awolowo and all of that, who played politics trying to serve, even though they created their own problems too. But the current politicians are a clique of, people who just want to do things in order to feather their nests, line their pockets, deceive the people. I was somewhere in Surulere the other day when one politician told me how they usually lie to the people when before they come to before they come to speak to the people, they would have perfected the kind of lies they would tell them. He said he did it for a period of time and now realized that, look, this is not good for me. And then he pulled out and then decided to stay as an ordinary person. That's how they do. So Obi has done what he did. And Obi is telling you there is no other way. In comparing Nigeria to these other Asian giants that you have today, when you talk about the Asian tigers, they have their history. Most of them even like, was it Indonesia that collected a few palm kernels from here? Today, they are the one of the largest countries that produces palm oil. Okay, good.
Yes.
So when you are intentional about the things you want to do and how you want to do it and the methodology, you find that you're going to arrive at a very good answer in no time. This is how things are done. And then we talked about the fact that when you understand that God cannot and has never and will never be interested in politics or anything that we do here, because politics is a creation of man, economy is a creation of man. So when you want to, if you want anything to change in the way you do things, look at who is handling that and then ask the person questions. If the person doesn't answer you, find a way to remove the person and put the right person there. Because government, such as the type that we run, is the type that determines what happens to us. If our lives are good, it will be determined by sound policies. If it's going to be bad, it will be determined by bad policies taken, initiated, and carried out by the people that we ask to represent us in the government. Because all of us cannot be in government at the same time. That's why we do election. That's why, you know, we give up part of our sovereignty to be able to, you know, elect people. Having said that, Obi now looked at the fact that, oh, these people, as at this time in history, Nigeria was much higher in GDP, in everything, economic size and all of that. It's there. Okay, so you can refer us to that time. But how about now? Now that we are all living, we're living and everybody is living to die. How can you continue to live? You live from the day you were born till you're 40, you're 50, you're 60, you're 70. Instead of your life to get better, your life is getting worse. Why? Because of political leadership. Little wonder people like someone like Chino Achebe said that the problem of Africa is that of political leadership. And that's exactly, there is no other way to bend that fact. It is the truth. So Obi has been able to say that, look, because we are living to die, he said the other day he's above 60. He has not too long to live on earth. I mean, given that if he's able to manage through, there's no sickness and all of that, he's lucky enough to live up to 80, 90, maybe another like 30 years or so. Okay, good. He is looking at what he can do for the country. But because of the type of people we have now, broken down to even to the last poor person, I talked about hoi polloi, right? Those guys at the bottom of the food chain, their minds are so corrupt that even when they are hungry, that's why I talked about, are we really a country that want to look at a purpose to say this is what we want to do as a country? It doesn't matter if you're Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, we're all, you know, supposed to be under one umbrella. That's where, because people who have tried to say, let them break away, okay, secede from this same marriage. You say, no, you cannot leave the marriage. You have to die here. So how do I make my life better in the same space? You don't want to discuss it. Do you understand me? And that's
Yes, I do.
Is that what?
Yeah, I wanted to move on to another conversation, but yes, thank you.
So yeah,
I get you.
That's what it is. So we have spoken. We don't have intentional people in politics that can take us to that land of promise. These things are not rocket science. It's very simple. Until we get that person who will have the people in mind to be able to do stuff that will leave his time on the, he leave his name on the sand of time. You understand? Until then, but for now, we don't have such. And it's unfortunate. That's the difference between us and those who are developing and are making strides and progress.
All right. So very quickly, Prince Francis Chilaka, I don't know if you've joined us back again. Can you hear me, sir? Prince Francis, are you here? Prince Francis Chilaka, sir, are you here?
I'm here.
Okay. All right. So very quick. Yes. So very quickly.
Yes, I can hear you.
Your brother. Yes, Ugochinyere don't assert, say, about 14 lawmakers, 14 National Assembly members go likely decamp to APC. And then Indo also talk, say more governors, at least 2 more governors go the camp. Apart from this one, we don't go the camp. And for Balada, we know that is already gone. That 2 more governors will also go. But already, we don't already see the vision, say Akwa Ibom go follow and other people too go follow. If Plateau no even follow and all that. As we they talk now, then talk say Atiku Abubakar, Saraki don't they make move to use Unite PDP. You see PDP redeemable. That's on the one hand. On the other hand, with this problem now with the Bedevil Labour Party, it they like say Labour Party, Peter Obi, fit no get a party when go even contest under for 2023 because Abure team no grade. Then talk say the court judgment favor them. Until yesterday, your brother Obi Oraifo get press conference so he talk him again. Say Obi and what's the name? Peter Obi and Alex Oti said then they misinterpret the court judgment. Say because the court judgment favored them exactly and directly. So I don't know how this is going to pan out, but I think the network has booted him out again. But let me quickly let Nigerians know that they can join the conversation. Okay, let me let Nigerians know they can join in the conversation. Or let me quickly take somebody's calls very quickly. Hello, good evening and welcome. Good evening. Can you hear me? You joined the call. Good evening. It shocked you say we accept your call. Good evening and welcome. All right, unfortunately, I have to let you go. I have to let you go. Okay, so because if you like say no one didn't see you at all. Well, let me quickly take some reactions from people on the conversations. Oh dear, let's see. Okay, let me see. So I brought you in. I don't know if you want to talk. Do you want to talk? Good evening. Are you there? IK Chosen, are you there? You're muted. You're muted from your end. Please unmute it from your end.
You can hear me now?
Unmute it from your end, sir. Yes, I can hear you very quickly. Let me have you contribute. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I've been trying to join your platform yesterday. And,
Sorry, you're here now,
okay.
sir.
It's okay. All for good. I just want to thank you for all you do and your contributors.
Thank you.
Whenever I have my time, I try to listen to your broadcast, and it's very educative to a lot of people. So keep the good work you're doing, right?
Thank you, sir. Thank
Well,
you, sir.
I'm speaking far away from Nigeria, right? I live in a very small, beautiful island. And
What's the name of the island? Tell us. I like to hear. I like small, beautiful places.
I live in the island of Bonaire, you know. That's where
Bonaire.
So that's where I live.
Where you have the king that is one of the richest kings in the world. The king
No,
of
that
Bonaire.
is Bonaire, but this is Bonaire. We are under the royal.
Okay, this is
we are under the Royal Dutch Kingdom. So, but the island is in the Caribbean, and I'm more closer to US than closer to Europe, where the island belongs. So I'm in between the US and Europe
and Europe
and South America. Good. So
welcome, sir. You're welcome, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, I've been listening. I think what has been going on for the past 48, 72 hours in my country, Nigeria, is all about. I think it's a psychological warfare that is going on in Nigeria, and I don't think Nigerians are going to fall for it. I just want to give a very little example that in 2023, all these people that were defecting. They told us that we are only 3 people, tweeting in
chatting in a room.
So, and we got 6 million. The one they gave us 6 million votes. So,
not be small. The one they give on their location where each in a hand.
Exactly.
Finally.
So, I don't think people. Okowa was the vice presidential candidate of PDP, and the governor was the deputy governor acting as governor in Delta State. We beat them silly in Delta State. So it's not. Listen, I just want. I know what I went through in 2023. We that are in diaspora, we know what we did, the contribution we make to see that a new Nigeria is battered. And at the time, I wanted to give up hope. But when I look at my principal, Mr. Peter Obi, and it gives me strength every day. So I think that Nigerians will not fall for this. This is part of the politics of the elite. They want to give you defeatist mind. They want to tell you that they want to defeat you even before 2027. You begin to regret. You begin to feel beat down. You begin to feel that there is no hope for you. What are you going to do? All these people gathering themselves together, trying, they've gathered before. They gathered in 2023. What did they do? And I want to tell most of my people in Nigeria that you should be able to know better than this. Mr. Peter Obi, in the Nigerian political scene and African political scene today, the only man that is standing tall is Mr. Peter Obi. Why is it that all the Nigerian political elite are after Mr. Peter Obi? Why is it? You should ask yourself that $1 million question. Why is everybody about this man? Every television station, every TV station, every online station, every newspaper, every internet, everybody is about Peter Obi. Why is he only him? So, I mean, we that are followers, we should not, what is happening in Labour Party is, like I've been listening to you, we all know what is going on. This is the hand of APC, right? Aburi has taken, for a very long time, we in Diaspora, we find out who Aburi is. He was a criminal. We find out a very long time, But Mr. Peter Obi is the man of process. And I've learned so much from this young man, and I think he is living the best life he can. So whatever that is going on in Labour Party right now, he's going to continue to go. They will continue to fight it, right? They will continue to fight it. But I think that Mr. Peter Obi has every politician in Nigeria should look for Mr. Peter Obi. They want him. He is the beautiful bride. Anywhere he decides to go today, all of us move.
Thank you.
So I think we shouldn't be discouraged. We know what is going on. It's politics, right?
Thank you. You've spoken so well. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much for stopping. Thank you. God bless you too. All right. So, Prince Francis Chilaka, I don't know if you can still hear me. Can you hear me, sir? I don't tire for this. What's happen now? Make I help you pay the band. Make I help you go consult the oracles to help your band A. I don't understand.
The oracles, they say I don't yap them tire. They say I don't yap. You can't just disco tire, so they have decided to deal with me from all angles, but that's fine. Let them continue. We will show them in 2027.
So there was a question I asked. When I asked you, say, now PDP, we hear say Atiku and Saraki they make move to reconcile and tighten up the loose ends for inside PDP, and we also hear say there's a likelihood that they will appeal to Peter Obi to rejoin PDP. In fact, Shekusho will not even talk to make Peter Obi rejoin PDP because make Obi rejoin PDP because the PDP make can PDP given that national prominence we get right now, so he's supposed to join back. But with all this drama where they happen, we'll be alright. Food don't come out again. Come do talk for press conference. Talk say Peter Obi and Alex Oti they mislead people. Say nowhere we court talk say na them win. Say waiting the court talk now say now then the party leadership go decide. So maybe to be them come make them decide what will happen and all of those. Do you think the assistance right now with the game we will see opposition they play? You think say Peter Obi go ever get political party when he go use run on that for 2027? Are you sure he's not going to be frustrated out of the 2027 race?
Okay, let me start with Labour Party and the comment. Deceiving the party. Peter Obi is not deceiving the party. Unfortunately, Nigeria has degenerated into a country where bystanders, non-state actors, where people just wake up from sleep and begin to interpret the rulings of a Supreme Court. We've never had it this bad before in this country. We've never had it. Somebody would wake up and begin to interpret the rulings of the Supreme Court. And this is a flaw with our judicial system. And they need to clean their house. They need to clean their house very well. They need to put their house in order. Since the Supreme Court delivered this judgment, different lawyers, different opinionists, everyone has been running around trying so hard to be able to interpret that ruling? Does it mean that the ruling was ambiguous? Does it mean that the Supreme Court was not sure of the kind of ruling they were delivering? So this is, it's worrisome. It's really, really worrisome. And the Supreme Court and the judiciary need to go back to the drawing board and know where they have gone wrong and correct it. Talking about defection, it's just laughable. Why am I saying it's laughable? Let me try to take it towards the angle of Hope Uzodimma. Hope Uzodimma said something.
Oh dear, network again. All right, so while I wait for your network to balance, let me quickly take this call. Are you there? Prince Francis, sir? Prince Francis, can you hear me, sir? Prince Francis, are you there? Prince Francis Chilakasa, can you hear me? Okay, hello, good evening and welcome.
So what you see playing out is the fact that it is financial inducement.
Hello.
Okay. Hello, sir. Good evening and welcome.
Good evening. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. So what's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Okay, calling from London.
You're welcome. Go ahead. Okay, very quickly.
But I just want to make some little bit of contribution there.
Go ahead.
I just want to support what the gentleman by your right-hand side said.
Mm-hmm.
He said regarding the issue of the citizens participating for doing riot and everything else, whatever you may call it.
Mm-hmm.
Nigerian people have been defeated. You see, that moment that they failed on NSAF, the politicians were already scattered to find where to hide their head. So the army, which is supposed to protect the citizens, turn the whole table around and start shooting people. That fear, the moment they started having fear, I thought, this is what happened in Kenya. The moment the police kill some people, that is when the riots now started. That is when the whole thing started. Then the president has to come and start begging them to calm down everything. He reversed everything that the National Assembly, enacted. He reversed all of them. Even promised them the one that he never had the right to promise. But because Nigerians, because of corruption, everybody wants to be billionaire. Every Nigerian wants to be billionaire, and it doesn't work like that. You see, let me tell you one thing. The UK here, you know what I like them.
Okay.
They don't even understand what is dead. That is what their politicians fear them like. See, politicians in UK fear the citizens, not other way around. But because the moment there is no accountability, where people are not voted in by people's vote, this is what you get. You get this like this. Because the fear of a politician is, if I do this, my people will not vote me in. You see, like now they are defecting. What, like that man said, the man by your right hand said, there's nothing like election in Nigeria. They choose anyone they like and put it there. The next thing they will tell you, go to court. How do you people now expect a miracle to happen? There's nothing. I go and watch it today. Nigeria will remain like this for 50 years more.
Thank you for your opinion. God no go do it. You no go feed it like that for 150 years. Not correct.
See where we are having a problem. That in Nigeria, people will be talking about God. God say that. We're talking about reality here. In UK, I know you have visited UK or one of the Western world. People believe in reality. Not talking about God do this, God do that. No. It's about reality. What that man said to you, that the gentleman by your right hand side, what he said to you is exactly what happened. The people are defeated. There's nothing they can do anymore.
Thank you. Thank you for your opinion. I appreciate your opinion.
Thank you so much for your wonderful job you are doing.
Thank you,
I mean, the awareness you are creating is amazing.
Thank you, sir.
Absolutely amazing. And you are discussing topics that are very interesting. that topic that can draw the attention of people to know what Nigeria is all about. I've lost hope since about 10 years ago about Nigeria. I lost hope. Thank you very much.
No lose them. Rekindle that hope.
Hope.
No lose them. After all, there's a governor called Hope Uzodinma. Thank you. I didn't say that. Prince Francis Chilaga, you were saying something, so let me let you land on that thought that you were dropping. Go ahead, sir. Prince Francis, sir.
Okay. So as I was saying, talking about all these people that are moving from party A to party B to party C.
Okay. Prince Francis, after this time, no come back again. We don't
have a workable constitution. We don't have an electoral law that protects the ordinary Nigerians. I mean, for me, I keep asking myself, why is it that up to today, this is 2025, we have not been able to have a law that tames people from moving from one party that has given them position to another party while retaining that position? I mean, it's like somebody working in Innocent Motors, and you leave Innocent Motors, you go and join Dangote Group, and you are still carrying your title and everything from Dangote, from Innocent to Dangote. What does it make sense? Why is it that our political class are so clueless?
Until we demand such electoral reform
from them. Demanding. No. No, it is not with the Electoral Act. It is not precious. It is not the Electoral Act. It's with your obnoxious 1999 Constitution.
They need to amend them. That's exactly what I'm saying.
That's an area they don't want to amend.
And tell them to make the amendment.
You do not have an Electoral Assembly. Don't you know? What you have is a rubber stamp.
Okay, sir.
If you have a proper National Assembly, they should have done the onus. They know the right thing to do. But they will not do it because it will not favor them.
So since they have refused to know the right thing to do, see that's in way part of Tome talk now, that they hold the 7.2 million man march sometime in December. But that march will start with enlightening Nigerians, sensitizing Nigerians. They're sensitizing people from now till that December. They go to sensitize people to tell them the need and reason why they won't move them to Abuja. So they go mobilize 7.2 million people, even though I think it's a bit impossible or mathematically impossible to move 7.2 million people to Abuja. So then go occupy House of Assembly, National Assembly, until they make reforms where they go they pro people. That's the kind of thing we want.
Yes, that is what we want. That is why I keep
laws that benefit the people, for crying out loud. They're not there to collect city allowance and newspaper allowance and clothing allowance and buy cars for 60 million.
Precious. The other day you talked about Pastor Bakari.
Yes, sir.
And you know what I said. And I remember vividly what I said. I said, Pastor Bakari, sir, we don't need you to sit on the pulpit and tell us what we know.
Enter the streets.
We want you to come out like you came out during the time of Jonathan. We want you to start by mobilizing your church members, by mobilizing other pastors, by going and getting across to your daddy GO, so that all of you can come out. We are done and tired of pulpit critic of this government. We want action. So for me, I keep saying that it is not, sometimes people say the Nigerian people, but you find out that you have an obnoxious constitution that has tied the Nigerian people down. The Nigerian people cannot move because of this constitution. Suddenly, everything you hear today, they tell you is the constitution. The government will disobey the constitution when it pleases them. There is supposed to be a contract between the people, a social contract between the people and the government. Where is it? So if a whole governor can come out and tell you that the reason why they are all decamping is because they were getting he was getting 5 billion before. Now he's getting 13 billion. He's not thinking, where is that money coming from? Who are those suffering for that money? It's right now, if you know, as you know, there seems to be a war between the National Assembly and the Nigerian Customs. Because the National Assembly woke up from 6.5 trillion and raised it to 12 trillion. How do you want customs to raise 12 trillion in 1 year?
Calm down now. You know, say customs now the marketing department of Nigeria. They be marketers. Every marketer go get targets now. It's like, am I lying?
Because right now, right now, importers are not importing. Importers are not importing. So when you make trade make it difficult for people to trade in your country.
So wait, if how will they use get imported goods? They from Cotonou, they bring them in. They go pay Cotonou for
import. Yes, Cotonou, Ghana, and all of that. Because you're making trade difficult for the Nigerian people. So this government has come out to, you know, when ABC came out in 2015, and Buhari was shouting, change. I'm going to change the Nigerian people to the world. The Nigerian people were shouting, change. But because of the dialect of the man, they didn't understand that the man was not on the same level with them. The man was not shouting, change. He was shouting, change. And at the end of the day, in 8 years, he changed Nigerians. As if Nigerians were okay. Suddenly Nigerians feel, oh, we're going to have a new breath of life. Somebody comes and tells you renewed hope. Which hope are you renewing? Hope that has been bastardized? In the renewed hope today, this government has devised every means to tax every Nigerian without looking back. So they're taxing every Nigerian. They don't care how much you're earning. Whether you're earning 5,000, whether you're earning 10,000, everybody is being taxed. And the people are keeping quiet. Because the people have become so, they become so, like Ekene would say, they have become so beaten that they're no longer thinking straight. Nigerians are no longer thinking straight. Nigerians are no longer coordinated.
Thank you, sir.
The political class are happy. They are jumping from one. You see, people will say that the monkey is smart, or that the monkey is good at what he does. No, it is because of the closeness of the tree.
To let the guest drop his thoughts. No, go ahead, sir. I'm waiting for you to drop his thoughts.
The closeness of the tree that makes the monkey smart.
So
when you separate the tree,
you mean say monkey smart, and because a tree near tree. So if the tree then
exactly now separate the tree and see whether the smartness will show. So the politicians are feeling that they are smart because suddenly they feel that the Nigerian people have become the bridges upon which they stand to get to power. When the Nigerian people remove themselves from that bridge, all of them will fall inside water. And it will happen in 2027.
Hey, it will happen for 2027. Hello, good evening. Mr. Canada bet, I beg, I like hold that money. That 1 million. More than make 10 million, eh? I beg. In fact, if you can make it 100 million, the price of a form. It's only
no, now you go be our escrow account. Extra account holder.
Make 100 million, I beg. Make a holder as a holder. Hello, good evening and welcome. We are coming to that conversation. I'm interested in money matters. Good evening and welcome, please. Hello.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Crystal clear, please. Welcome. What's your name? Where are you calling
from? All right. My name is John. I'm actually calling from Dallas, Texas in US.
You're welcome, Mr. John.
Thank you so much. First of all, I want to appreciate the good job you're doing.
Thank you.
A mouthpiece of the people. May God continue to grace you and give you the wisdom and understanding to continue on this program.
Me Jesus.
Amen. All right. Yeah. Okay. My own contribution. First of all, let me talk about the defection. Mm-hmm. Well, it has to do with a strategy that Tinubu is, bringing about in politics. It has never happened like this before. What is it doing? It's about grabbing power, and power is intoxicating. Power is to use the power, either use it for good or for bad. But in this case, I'm seeing that the power is being used for bad. Well, for those who says Tinubu is doing well, the government is doing well, tell us Give us the indices where this government is doing well. Is it in the area of giving us light? Is it in the area of job creation? Are we talking in the area of, infrastructure development? Tell me why, if not for the fact that indirectly I can see maybe is using the billions given to some state governors, and then they can misuse the money. That's all. That's what is happening. Well, I don't know, but in 2027, when we are bragging and boasting, they are bragging and boasting that they are capturing other state APC. Well, they always say, they say that when man proposes, God disposes. Anything can happen under 6 months. Then coming to Peter Obi, actually listen to what he said concerning the youths. Mm-hmm. The youths, it's all about orientation, reorient give them the orientation of you stop taking this money because it's your future. If there can be a kind of reorientation in Nigeria about the youths are almost constitute almost about 50 to 60%.
You say what? Youth for inside this on our election one, I won't do so. Youths now make about 70% of on our electoral on our voters card. Then be the largest percentage.
Oh, sorry, ma. Do you see? So that means we can change. I'm in my 40s. I know I'm no more a youth, but I can support youth.
I like you. You know? Okay, you don't understand. See, the definition of youth for US don't be the definition of youth for Nigeria. For Nigeria, the definition of youth, if you see they reach 70, we'll see the youth. As long as you can wear t-shirts, as long as you can wear t-shirt and face cap.
Yeah. Yeah, I do understand that area.
Go ahead. No, but that was just on the lighter side. So go ahead, sir.
Yeah. At the same time, if we can mobilize our youth and begin to reorient them, telling them, please don't take 20,000, 30,000, 50, even 1 million for your future. Because the seed you're sowing today is for the future. I would like, Peter Obi is doing the talking and doing the politics of opposition. But at the same time, the way these people are strategizing, they should also go, we that is supporting him, we should also go in our own enclave and find a strategy where we can, do something better and convince the larger people. When you convince the larger people, bring out the youths and stand for what you believe. By the time you organize millions of youth, I don't think they can do anything in spite of the reformation of electoral reform that they are doing. They don't want to even make it work. You understand?
Thank you, sir. So I hope you know that why you calculate your own, they calculate their own, because they go also get you to go counter that movement so you won't make. It's just like since APC started government, it was since this APC administration that we know that people used to protest against people who are protesting against hunger. And they are hungry people protesting against the hunger protest.
That is the same orientation. That is the same orientation I'm telling you about. Okay. That is the same orientation that when they call you out, refuse to go, refuse to collect them, because what they are doing is giving them 10,000, 20,000, 40,000, 30,000. But when you reject it because it can't buy you anything, it's your future and your children. So it's still the same. Me and you were talking the same thing, like, giving them the orientation that this is not the best way to go.
Thank you.
So, I don't know. I think may we just keep on doing the good work the way you're doing, and others are doing. God bless you. And also, God bless our gentleman that is there with you. Thank you so much.
Gentlemen, actually. I am in their middle.
Yeah, gentlemen. Yeah, I appreciate the gentlemen.
Thank you.
God bless you all, my brothers.
Thank you. Thank you so
much.
Bless you too. Thank you. All right, apologies. I think you have a bit of flu. Okay, so can we wrap up this conversation very quickly? More calls are coming in, but we've already done about 2.5 hours, so make a leave and make on a go rest. So, Mr. Ikene, are we having debates that Nigerians will rise up by 2027? 100 million. I don't deal with small money. Dr. Deji was here yesterday. Tell them it's very expensive. Are they very expensive? Are they do with
Like I
small
said,
money? You
like I said,
cannot ask me to hold money and I'll hold 1 million naira. What is that?
hey, then they talk 50. You they even see 1 million naira, you're never happy. That's an upgrade now from 50 to 1 million. Sure. Ah, you could
You
that
see,
now. You
you
don't
see
understand
why
that
this
baby
country will
can't
not
hold
get
you talk
better.
about.
You see why this country will
Eh?
not get better. She's upping the scale so that she can get a percentage.
It
Which
is just a
percentage
pure
that
case
she
of
let's crack our holder?
Huh?
it's a pure
Let's
case
crack
of
our holder
Wait,
she's made. Which percentage you gonna get?
are you a placeholder?
it's a pure case of Nna brought here
Are
up
you a
and Nna brought here
placeholder?
down.
Because
I
we
don't
need to know
understand.
whether you're a
Which place?
placeholder for Peter Obi or for
Okay,
Atiku.
Wait, I'm
right. So
coming. Let me
you
quickly
just
take
asked
this
a
caller.
question, right?
I'll let you respond.
Yeah.
I'll let you
On
respond.
a
Let's
serious
continue.
note, right? You
Hello,
know,
good evening.
I
Kindly, Mr.
okay.
Kene, kindly let me hold your thought, please. Good evening and welcome.
Can you hear me?
Yes, crystal clear, please. Remind me your name. Mr. Tony from Chicago,
Yes.
because I know that this is not the voice of Tony Chikudi. Oh yeah, welcome, sir.
Okay, then.
You're welcome.
Okay, President Chilaka and our gentleman there.
Mr.
I'm
Kene.
with you guys.
Yeah.
Kene.
We hear you.
Yeah, my little contribution is about the PDP, and I think after listening to Ugo Chinyere, I believe PDP will die or resurrect if they cannot convert by May or latest August. I think that's what other people are waiting for. And
but
I believe
you know, say Wicked there. As long as Wicked there,
I believe
mission not to cover the, not to do the dust to dust for APC
exactly,
for PDP before
exactly. If you hear what Education said, you say that they must sack Wike and Anyanwu. And if they don't remove Wike, they're nothing. Peter Obi can never be at PDP. I believe that is what Peter Obi is waiting for. He cannot go there where Wike is there. Obi is the only person that can challenge Tinubu. That's why they are fighting Obi. Anything. If Obi say good morning Nigeria, they will answer you. Why you say Nigeria good morning? Why? Because they know he's the only capable person. PDP are begging him to come, but he cannot come on a ground of this situation now. The PDP is like a Labour Party now. So they must give their house in order before Obi can come in. So I believe that Obi will only going to back to PDP, which I believe, mark my word, Obi will go to PDP if they were able to succeed sacking Wike and the rest.
Without Wike taking them to
and
court
that
and
is
winning
not,
at
that is
Supreme
not
Court.
going to be possible. That will
Wike
never be
carry them to
possible.
court, don't win for Supreme Court.
No. Please, it is possible.
Supreme Court of Nigeria. Son of Wike, the wife is there.
Thank you.
Not the problem.
Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. So you were saying something. You said that's
With the ruling of the Supreme Court regarding Labour Party right now, PDP has an internal mechanism to dispose of Wike.
All right. Okay. Let's quickly do this. Hello. Good evening and welcome.
Did you call back?
Yeah. I wanted you to. I noticed you've called like almost 10, 15 times.
It's the same John that just spoke
Oh, you're welcome. All right. Thank you, John. Thank you so much, John. All right. So, Mr. Francis, you were saying something. Let's let you land that thought.
As I was saying that if we follow the judgment of the Supreme Court over Labour Party, which because the Supreme Court is now saying from what they have said so far,
to talk with their leaders and all that.
Good. So it means that PDP now has what it takes internally to remove Wike, and there's no court that can stop.
And we cannot get rights to go court again.
No. There's nothing the court can do.
All right, Mr. Kene,
He knows. If you have noticed in recent times, Wike has stopped attacking PDP because he knows that yes, already we may all argue, we may all say no, but I'm telling you that in the midst of rubbish, something good comes out. The judgment of the Supreme Court may have, to a large extent, they believe that it's creating problem in Labour Party, but it's also giving other parties the leverage to function. And you will see that PDP will take advantage of it. Will you watch and see?
Okay, so we're doing permutation, right? I mean, we're just doing permutations.
Yeah.
My own is simple. So the tentacles that the person or persons who are interested in doing what they are doing in order to cause disaffection, to upend certain political parties that are very disturbing to them. They are very tactical. And PDP going through what they're going through is coming from first one person, and that person is Wike. Wike's
but a lot
leg.
of people also talk say no be Wike. Remember, see a week
Nothing, no, that I'm saying
no,
his leg.
let's also not
The
exonerate.
Wike is the problem of
His
PDP.
leg, his leg is very strong, but he's not showing himself. You see, he's a very tactical person. His leg is very heavy on the party. And that's why I said, if they couldn't sack him all this time, they can't sack him now.
They will sack
because
him.
They cannot succeed.
Why?
The disarray you see in Labour Party, the plantation of Apapa, everybody knew where that came from and all of that. Apapa was fighting Abure before, when Abure was back in Obi. Now they have 3 leadership just because of the fact that Supreme Court said what he said. And what the Supreme Court interpretation, not that Supreme Court really interpreted the law. Supreme Court only said, look, the lower courts, high and appeal court was not even supposed to even
they have not jurisdiction.
So the party mechanism, they're supposed to use the party mechanism to resolve their problem. It's internal affairs. That is why everybody is claiming superiority. Oh, I'm right, and all of that. Supreme Court didn't say anything. Go and settle yourselves. So it has nothing to do with Supreme Court interpretation, because they only said, look, High Court and appeal, you're not supposed to even have entertained this matter in the first place, right? Good. Let them settle their matter. It's an internal affairs situation. That's why everybody is laying claim to whatever they can lay claim, and it look like everything is in disarray. So Labour Party, remember, they are not, NMPP is not as a threat as Labour Party is. Okay, before now. So Labour Party and PDP are the biggest threat that APC has. They're trying to take a call.
No, okay, yeah, I wanted you to drop your thought. You want me to
That's
take
what I wanted to. So as I'm talking, for my own opinion, Wike will never, and nobody can sack him from PDP.
Okay, and let me add this. Okay, let me add this quickly. You will be shocked that Wike will be sacked, and there's nothing anybody can do about it.
Again, another 1 million. Again, another 1 million. So that's 2 million now. That's 2 million. Precious record.
Million, calm down.
2 million. I know they say 100 now. When they do 1 million, calm down, sure. Which kind of one be this?
I know what holds more money.
Precious is gradually behaving like an air right now.
You say you don't want more money.
Money.
I know. No, me go hold up. Can I not decide how much I can hold? Not be who go hold to talk how much you go hold.
Honestly, between you and I, we have to find somebody else to hold this money.
I don't have the capacity to handle
money.
Because the person that wants to hold the money seems to have plans for the money, even before the bet is over.
Okay, so you talk
right.
go back weekend. 2 million. Let me take this call. We're coming back to that. The person is on the line back.
All right.
Hello, good evening and welcome.
Good evening, and I'm watching live. I don't know if I'm live with Akane and Priscilla.
Yeah, you are very much alive with them.
Yes, you are. Welcome.
Where I am blessed between 2 men right now.
Oh, that's right, because I'm watching on the screen. Well, my name is Alex Warbia, okay?
You're welcome.
And I want to thank you guys for a very wonderful job you guys are doing.
Thank you.
Trying to enlighten Nigerians. It's really disheartening what we see going on in the country. And I wish the political class in that country could go back and read George Orwell's Animal Farm. I think it might help them a little bit to react. And very soon there's going to be a situation in that country. It's really appalling. And then again, the followers should awaken, the youth should awaken the giants inside them. There's so much that can be done. I lived in that country for many years before moving with my family just 2 years ago to the UK. I sold my house at Akpabio. This is a country that I loved so much. I still love so much. We're so passionate. And then we come here and give our best, and then for money. The thing is that we really have to wake up. It's the Constitution, because what you have there is state capture right now in the country. You have weak or out of place institutions. There are no institutions. And any country or any group of people that do not have viable institutions, the judiciary, the legislature, just name it, it's under state capture. Nothing can go up. We can't move forward in such a country. I really think we should stress more about the constitution of that country. Elections and going forward, you can't go forward on very, very, very unstable leg. It's not possible. We're far from it. So I once again want to thank you guys for a great job. People like you are the heroes of today. People like you, your voice, no matter what you think, it resonates across the world. The people in diaspora, we listen. It's not every one of us that can have the guts to do what you're doing, but we appreciate you so much, my sister. May God bless you and bless you guys. You're doing a yeoman's job. We're proud of you. Whatever you do, keep it on. Let God continue to give you the strength. Okay? But please let us see what we can do. Talk more about changing the constitution of that country. Without the constitution, we can't move forward. There's nothing. It's a state capture the way it is. Come 2027, my sister, I'm telling you, you're still going to have Tinubu there. There's nothing. Peter Obi, he won, but he will go to court again, and then what will happen? The courts will give him a nonsense verdict. Thank you very much, and God bless you, my sister.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you very much. Okay, all right. So let's wrap it. Let's bring this home.
I'm happy that I have somebody who is agreeing with me that 2027 is going to be something else. So I'm going to add another. I'm going to add 1,000 to the effect.
That's 300 million. Sorry, I'm coming. Hello, good evening, sir. Hello.
Hello, good evening, Precious.
Yes, please. You're welcome. Is this Laura?
Yes, this is Laura.
Hi, Laura. Welcome.
Good evening. Good evening to your guests.
They can hear you.
Both of them.
Welcome.
I come back to the crux of the matter. The courage of our convictions.
Yes.
I'll pick it up from there.
She's the one that said that thing about courage over conviction I told you about, that, Nigerians like the Akpabio to enter streets.
This evening, as I finished work and as I tried to wrap up my day, and I was playing stuff from YouTube, and again, I was tired of all the talk. Anything that they talk is too much. I just moved to another thing because the talk in Nigeria is too much.
Okay, sorry.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Very well, crystal clear. Go ahead.
I want to come back to something. I want to say something pertinent. I said it on the violence space in 2023 before the elections. No, I said it after the elections when everybody was doing eye on the judiciary. I said this during the elections. Every system in the world, every democratic system has been tested or will be tested. Currently, as I speak to you today, we all know that Donald Trump is testing America's system. It's like when they say in banking, you are doing stress tests. Trump is testing and he's being pushed back to back. But it comes down to one thing. The reason the different structures can test is because they have, like Aisha Yusufu will say, active citizens. When people hear you online talking, Precious will say, Precious, keep talking. Me, I'm not talking for Nigerians this time around. You see, these last 2 years, anytime you go on Twitter, I've deleted my Twitter account. Argument, who is space, I will drive you for my space. The last space I went to, I ended up insulting everybody before I left. And I don't want to be fighting with anybody. I've withdrawn my hand, except to the point that Nigerians are willing to get up and face their oppressors. The reason I call Precious is I want to point everyone to something I said in the violence space after the elections. I said there is a group, the South can vote, the South can gather people and all of that. There is something the South of Nigeria does not have. The courage to face bullets and move forward. When the first line and the second line have been taken off, and the third and the fourth and the fifth lines and the crowd, mammoth millions are still coming. You know the people who have it?
The North.
It's the North.
Of course, we know that. So immediately you said I started smiling because I know.
When I made a long submission in violence space, and I titled it The Last Frontier. And I gave them an example. During, I don't know if it was the presidential or the governorship elections in Kano State, if you remember, there was a Federal House of Rep person from APC who went, because the Federal House of Rep elections, the Senate elections were all done the same time as the presidential. So this was the presidential election. There was one of the, I don't know if it was the World Collation Center or something, or something like that, where about, I don't know if it's 80 or 90 young Kwankwasias, Kwankwasos people, NM people, they were burnt alive because they would not allow APC people to snatch the ballot boxes from where they were counting it. And they burnt those people alive. You know, a lot of people, there was an uproar when later they said that man, nothing, and the man is in the Senate today, or is in the House of Rep today.
The same Kwankwaso that wants to become Tinubu's VP.
So this is the particular House of Rep person. Just forget about Kwankwaso. Okay. So I want to talk. I'm talking about the last frontier.
No, I understand. I remember what happened. Go ahead. I remember that incident very vividly, and I spoke about it when it happened. So
there is a people that Peter Obi needs that he doesn't have yet. Okay. Now, these are people that don't fear death. By their indoctrination, death is welcomed just like life is welcomed. When they burnt these people to death in that room, that was the presidential election. About 20-something to 30 days later, February, March, we had governorship election. You would think that the fear of those people who were burnt, you would think the Kwankwasia movement will not come out. You would think they will not repeat the same siege of lie, we die here, we are not releasing these ballot boxes. Guess what? If it was the South that 80 people were burnt in a room during collation, I guarantee you, our people will run away, they will not show up for the governorship. That particular political party, they will not show up in the following years, in the governorship election. But these people poured out, gathered their vote, stayed overnight. When in Lagos State, where APC in the presidential got 90-something thousand, they did not get up to 10% of the vote, because the total vote cast for the presidential in Lagos was just over 1,250,000 roughly, right? Mm-hmm. After what was done, when MC Oluomo and the rest came and they were fighting and scrambling and people were being beaten, shot at the world collation level before they went to the state secretariat the following day, what did we do? By the time it was the governorship, I want you to compare and contrast the entire Labour Party structure. Forget about the Labour Party, the obedience. Everybody was afraid for their life. Lots of nobody Lots of polling unit officers did not bother coming. APC people came out with guns, with matches. Nobody should come out from their houses to vote. Let me tell you, everything that happened in Lagos State happened worse times 2 in Kano during the presidential. 80 plus people in a room were burnt alive. Worse, more people died and were killed by APC in Kano State than happened in Lagos in the presidential. Guess what? Not only that, they turned up en masse more in the governorship because that was their main focus, the governorship. Remember Abba Gida Gida?
Yes,
so
Abba
that
Gida,
is
yeah.
their current governor.
Yes.
Gida Gida has to have. So that was their primary focus. They came out, yes, it's like they were testing in the governorship. Do we all remember what they did? When at night there was a massive entourage of people trekking 12 midnight. A massive
We saw that scary crowd. It was like,
everybody
I'm telling
carrying
you,
baskets of polling units, of carrying this thing they use for selling puff, that transparent container. They refused to allow INEC from their site, and they marched from local
and
government.
you know why they did what they did?
Local government,
do you know why they did what they did?
To state. These are people who were born.
That's what I'm saying. Do you know why they did what they did? Just needed a command, just one instruction. Hold on to your ballot papers. No gree anybody collect them. Just one instruction you give to them. And they follow that instruction to the letter. They need the year go, they need the year come back. Yes.
Peter Obi needs the North. I told them.
But he's been trying to do a lot of things in the North now. You think he has not been able to soften their heart enough?
I will go there. I'll go there. There's something I want to say. I'm going somewhere.
Okay.
Anybody that goes to the core North, if the core North says it is A, and you go there, even Bola Tinubu was the grace rich, as mad as he thinks he is. There is a thing in the northern part of Nigeria whereby, see, as much as they rigged Buhari out when he was winning 8 million, 10 million, 11 million, there's one thing they did not try to do. They never tried to drop his votes. If he had 11 million, the 11 million was recorded for him. Rather, they will manufacture 12 million, 15 million
for themselves, exactly.
Because what they did to Peter Obi, if it was a core northerner, especially someone from the northwest or the northeast, my God, a lot of people from the other police, a lot of body bags would have mounted. They saw what happened when Buhari said the blood of baboons and whatever
will be soaked.
So I said it in the violence space when Peter Obi began to build the wells early 2020, late 2023, early 2024. I said the North is the last frontier that he needs to come. The people for South no get liver.
So Laura, the problem now say if because everybody they expect is somebody like Atiku Abubakar now understanding say he don't try several times, he no fit succeed. Make him be that godfather way they expect them to be.
Oh no.
To give a blessing to Atiku, to give him blessing to Peter Obi to contest. If somebody like Atiku no give him a blessing, and if somebody like Erufai no support him, who be the person for North?
You see what will answer that question?
Okay.
Just take the time and watch the analysis on channels by Majid Dahiru. You know, he wrote an article, was it 2021 or 2022? He wrote that article and in the article he predicted 100% what will happen if PDP does not zone to the south.
Not even zone to the south. You know, remember that PDP, see, Laura, I'm sorry, but let's not get it wrong. PDP never really did stop to zone to the south. It was a southerner that ensured that the PDP ticket would rather be left open, which is Wiki. Remember that PDP had zoned once. I'm coming. Let me quickly break this down. PDP had once zoned to southwest. Buhari and Obasanjo zoned to south. Good luck, Ebele Jonathan. PDP was going to microzone to southeast. It was Wike because he wanted to contest, according to what we heard then, that insisted that no, they should just leave the zoning to south alone, so that he can win, so that Peter Obi would be left out. So it was that opportunity that Atiku now used and said, instead of us to leave it only to the south and not microzone it to southeast, let's Kukuma leave it open. Do you understand?
Okay, I hear what you say, but I don't want to go too much into that because the video is on YouTube for everybody to go and watch Mr. Majid's Dahiru's analysis and everything he wrote in that article 3-4 years ago, exactly to the T. The governors he predicted that will leave, everything that PDP will collapse, everything. The man is like a boys. He read them like a book, wrote the article 3, 4, 5 years. Is it 4 years now? Ago, and he left it there, and now everybody's going back. In short, me, I'm online, I'm looking for the article because I want to go back and go read it because everything he said is playing out. But there's something he also said. He said if they get the Muslim North to team together and say we will zone, it's like saying you will zone 110 to the south to complete it and let it come back to them. Although he didn't mention, I'm just adding that extra bit. My point is this: whatever wants to happen in the south, the core is me. I've removed my mind from 2027. The only way, an article is irrelevant for me. Article is absolutely irrelevant. The North know that if they give PDP, what is his name? Even PDP have decided, all of them, they decided in their heart, they know that if they give any ticket to anybody that is not a Southern, every political party in Nigeria right now are going back to go and read Mr. Majid's article. Even APC almost made that mistake because Buhari was backing a Northerner. After a Northerner had finished, Buhari was backing a Northerner. It was people like El-Rufai and some other people, useless as El-Rufai is. It's some people like El-Rufai and other people that came together and said, no, for the sake of the unity of this country, it must go to the south. It was a few of them that came and said, never, we will not back another candidate.
Do you remember that particular? Do you remember the name of this particular article by Majid? Do you remember the name of that particular article?
It's if you just it's today's I don't know the article, but you can Google it. But if you watch the video is from Channels Today. It's a today's video, and he did a clear analysis, and everybody wants to interview him now because everything he predicted is happening. He said it that how can PDP, where the core of PDP is in the south.
Yes.
PDP's biggest votes comes from the south. Remember that all the years Obasanjo ran. Remember that when Jonathan ran.
That was why Buhari kept failing now.
They have a solid 11 million votes that comes from the south and the north central. What this guy was saying is happening in this election is there is a realignment. There is a north-south realignment because where used to be PDP's core, which is the south, the east, and part of the southwest and the north central, it's now being realigned the other way around. Not that Peter Obi doesn't have the south, but Tinubu is going to do everything to steal it. See, the people who are decamping, my governor, worry that is decamping. It's not like Deltans are with him. If you want a proof, look at when Oluremi Tinubu, her mom is from Delta State. Yes. Look at when she went to the nursing school. Look at the absolute embarrassment. Yes. Now your mama be this, you are not our mother. That's even before election. So it's not like she's accepted, but the whole plan is to steal the vote. I told you yesterday that Tinubu does not plan to contest. He is a robber, and that is what he will plan to do, to rig the elections. So it is down to the Southerners and how much they are willing, how many people are willing to die for the free. Because see, when we let Tinubu steal our elections, the only way out for Nigeria, there is no other way. The only thing that will go and listen to Jimmy Disu's dailies on Info Nigeria FM. Go and listen to the dailies for yesterday. He said he said, Sheriff, the guy who is with him in the studio, he said, Sheriff, do you remember that everything I predicted that will happen if they allowed Tinubu come into office? Do you remember that I told you that people would, are you seeing what's happening? He said, as soon as I saw all this decamping, he said, all those things I told you in private, I've begun to activate them, because once he comes in his second tenure, rule of law will be out through the window. Cost of living will forget the one we are doing now. We are playing.
But it's true now, because you know that each government is always good at their best in their first administration. So
he said he will go and get a better car. He will make sure that is self-survival things that he put in place. He said, because people are saying, oh, second term, that he said once Tinubu gets his second term, that this is what he has been saying for 2 years. It is not a case of, oh, we finish his second term. He will perpetuate himself in office, that he has said it. That once you see people decamping, that he predicted that it would be in the third year of Tinubu's first tenure. That once you see people decamping and him trying to buy up the entire southern part of Nigeria, just know that he will try to come the second. And once he comes the second time, he will never leave. He will die as a president. He will remain there, finish his second tenure. Listen, do you remember, Precious, when I was speaking yesterday that I said one of our key focuses should be to get 1/3. Do you remember? Mm-hmm. To get 1/3 of the federal houses. Yes. I said because that's the only way we can block a change of our constitution. Tinubu is people. They think me. I've seen further ahead, and I was shocked when I went to listen to Jimmy Dixon, and he was saying the exact same things. I'm thinking beyond the 2027. If that guy wins and he looks 80% likely that we win, if the whole country does not put every sentiment aside. See, it is not a Peter Obi, what is it called? Article. We've got the thinkers. Yes, El-Rufai is a religious bigot, but he's an intelligent man. The thinkers, both of the north and of the south, and any part of Nigeria now, the primary. We are right now in an facing existential threat. Our constitution will be amended to make that guy lifetime president. We are headed for an Iran situation. And because if we head for Iran, see, there's so many things I want to take no time. If we head for an Iranian situation, see, I guarantee you, just by what you saw those lawmakers do by voice vote and change and allowed a military guy to take over in River State, that required a 2/3. That is not an easy thing to get. Once he did that, without anybody stepping out, taking over the entire street, just wait, let him finish his 2027. I guarantee you 100%, let God keep us alive. I will come back on this your session and say, I told you. He's changing the constitution. Within the first 2 years of coming into office, he's changing the constitution. David Hunde, he said it. He said, I know this man. My father knew this man before this man ever became a governor. Tinubu will change the constitution. He will go for a third tenure and he will stay for as long as he wants. So, all this one, I say, who comes to 2027? If it's a case of him just coming to 2027, destroy the country and go, who will bear it? The man is not going after at the end of 2027. And at the end of, if he comes to 2027, he's not going at the end of that tenure. He's not going anywhere. It will become our Paul Biya. Why? Look, you don't need anybody to tell you, look at his antecedent, 24 plus years controlling Lagos. That is 100% what is coming to do. Everything that he did in Lagos to take over Lagos, he has done it at the federal. All the commissioners under his armpit. The National Assembly, the Lagos House of Assembly is under his armpit. Everything he perpetrated in the state level, he has done it in the federal. All the judges, everything, all the military that should take over him, the generals and everything, is giving them sufficient to shock them. So what are we talking about? We're talking. I'm not even interested in we getting this. What we say? I am telling us that we are headed for that, and that is number one. The second thing that I want to say is, you see, when he perpetuates himself in office, not only will our people become poorer, and he will do the bidding of the Europeans who put him there, but those people who predicted that we will cease to exist as a nation in 2030, they know what they are doing because they are the ones who put this guy in office. So that's why he goes quarterly to give reports. Listen, Precious, and dear Nigerians, you don't know what they're headed for. The day you made the mistake to hand over your country to Pablo Escobar, the Europeans took over. Yeah, 100%. Those people who wrote a prediction that your country ceases to exist at 2030, they knew what they were doing. I guarantee you that the only thing that will get Tinubu out of office is a revolution. Both people who prophesy things, they said it. I don't take a lot of people's prophecies seriously, but I always refer to Tomi Arayo. 100%. I always refer back to that man. Too many prophecies from Russia to all over the world. If he gives a prophecy, except it is a conditional one, we are headed. The only thing that will take that man out of us, I don't see anybody removing him. He would rather burn Nigeria and rule over its ashes. Yeah, he's that much of a narcissist. He's worse than that. But there's something I want to mention quickly. Those people who said Nigeria ceases to exist in 2030, let me tell you something. They had similar predictions, maybe not exactly for Sudan. And people do not know how almost exactly we are like the Sudanese. The north of Sudan is predominantly Muslim. The south of Sudan is predominantly Christians. They pushed and fought. The Muslim north of Sudan felt that power is theirs to control. The southern part of Sudan had the oil. After many years and a crazy civil war, it split the country. That's why all those who are agitating the Yoruba nation, Biafra, I just laugh at all of you. As long as you have men and women of useless character, you will end up in the same way Nigeria is. Go and look at Southern Sudan and Northern Sudan. Southern Sudan, they're all fighting. Everything that's happening in Nigeria is happening there. They're stealing oil. Corruption has finished. Even the South that has split up. Now let's go to look at what is still called Sudan. As we were preparing for elections 2022, entering into 2023, ethnic militias were fighting themselves. They became tired of Governor Omar Bashir. And I don't want to go into depth because of time. After they punish themselves, argue, the different militias in the country, in what is called Sudan, they began to be armed. How did the arms come? We don't know. But we believe it is foreign Western influence. The different militias congregated and they started fighting themselves. One day we'll be all on social media planning 2023 election, shouting, "My Obi, this," before we knew. The first set of guns were fired in Sudan, just 2023. Look at Nigeria. How many militias do we have? Look at the south. Look at the east. Look at the north. Is it Lakurawa? Is it this? Is it that? And the arms that are coming in now, I saw a report where they were saying most of the armed bandits are no longer using AK-47, they're now using AK-49s.
Yes, they're using more sophisticated weapons. And Nigerian army are even, you know, see the video where I make about Nigerian army, where they complain. The Nigerian government is not ready for them to even fight these guys.
Predicted that our country will be gone by 2030. They are being armed. Because now that Libya has been taken down by the West, all those people, all those militias that could not take hold in Libya, they are all now passing through Libya, entering into Niger, passing. Some of them are in Burkina Faso causing trouble, but most of them have passed through Niger. And because we are fighting with Niger that used to block them up for us, they've opened the door for them to pass and enter our country. That's why every month you hear a new one being announced because Niger is no longer blocking them. You are welcome, pass Niger and enter Nigeria. Listen, that 2030. Those who are predicting that at the end of Nigeria, they are the same set of people that armed the different militias in Sudan to start fighting them. One day, people are arguing in the news, people are doing this, the next day, go and look at Sudan right now. 2 years after 2023, look at Sudan. So those who predicted where we are going, they know what they are doing. We have the militias, we have the hatred, we have the North-South divide, we have the Christian South, we have the Muslim North. Every indices that you saw in Sudan, they are there. We have the armed militias. We just need, all the petrol have been poured. We just need a strike of a match. What would that strike of a match be? I don't know. I perceive it is Tinubu's choice not to go after his second tenure. That may be it. What could stop it? Can 2023 really stop him? I don't know. This is the kind of character you don't give a chance to come to the president, because once you give them, they are like bacteria. They stay say they don't want to leave the human body anymore. So,
thank you, Laura.
Good luck to Nigerians.
Thank you for your submission.
Really, really good luck. But see, it is not Nigerians in the south that will hold Tinubu, they don't have the lever to hold Tinubu to stop. It is the north. It is the people that you burn 80 of them, kill multiple in February, and in March they come out en masse. Those people, they understand the assignment of politics. It's just that a lot of them may not be educated and therefore can be misled. But you saw Kano, which is a very vibrant political place, and you saw the way those people were marching at 2 a.m. We in the South, what did we do? Obedience. When we finished declaring results in ward level, we went home. Then we came back the next morning. Hey, APC they've done this. They've dropped our numbers. I asked them on the violence space, is it not the same APC party in Lagos that was APC in Kano? Why were they not able? Because you brought your ward collection result to the ward. Army shotgun, you took off. Because you were 10 and you were 15. No. The Kano people came like a flood. Army no fit do anything. So I don't really see. Tinubu will clear the south and he will pick the few he needs to pick in the middle belt. If you look at it, the mass is strong. Unfortunately, this time around, the massive majority of Obi's votes should come from the south and from the north, but the southerners will not be able to defend their votes. Unfortunately, Army will just shoot, everybody will run away, and they will declare what they want to do. The problem is in the north. I yield the mic.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Laura. Good night. Whoops, Prince Francis Chilaka. Mr. Kenobi, are you still there? Are you still there, Mr. Kene? I see you're already on transit. Apologies.
Yeah.
Did you hear all that Laura said?
Yeah, I've left the office. I'm driving, but I can conclude.
All right. But did you hear all the last caller said?
Yes.
Can you react to that quickly as and part of your conclusion?
Nothing. She was quite apt in all the different facets of issues that she raised. She was being truthful. She was being realistic, as to why we are in this kind of we haven't been able to solve this puzzle, in getting the country where we're supposed to be. So she was quite apt. She spoke quite extensively, and I was able to listen to the better part of what she said. And nothing is truer, trust me, until we Nigerians, resolve to deal with issues the way they are supposed to. Learn from other countries, other people who have done and succeeded, and do it that same way or even better. Nothing is going to change. That's the truth. So she was really good, and that was why I was able to listen. And she's also talking from someone who has been pained, if you like, because it's one thing for a few of us to know what is supposed to be done. Majority don't understand, and when they do it, they tend to be doing it the wrong way and expecting a different result. It's not like psychologists will tell you what is the definition of madness. Madness is when you do something over and over the same way and then you're expecting a different result. It's not going to work. So really, what she said was quite the right thing to be done, and until we do that, I don't think we're heading anywhere.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kenobi. All right, I take that as a parting shot, and journey mercy as you drive back home. Thank you, and good night, sir. Thank you. All right, Prince Francis Kilaka, you'd like to say something? I think there's someone here. Kingsley, would you like to say something? If you can make it quick. Mr. Kingsley, are you there? All right, so Prince Francis, let me let you wrap up. Our time is fast spent, so we can go.
All right. Yeah. I think what she said is not far from what I've been saying. That it's easy to give a cup of water to a monkey, but that the most difficult thing is getting back your cup, and that's where we found ourselves. That's where we found ourselves. So, when this whole thing about this Muslim ticket came up, and I saw quite a number of Southerners defending it. I saw even some so-called men of God defending it. At that point in time, I started asking myself, is it about the people? Is it about the country? Or is it about individual interest? And I think that, in all honesty, Nigeria has lost it when we started off with this Muslim ticket. That's a big problem. And we're all closing our eyes to it. And we see what the Muslim ticket has cost us. You see the way headsmen, are ravaging the land, and even some of the videos they post sometimes, they would also always bring their religion into it. So yes, I totally agree with her that we need to have more active and participatory citizens.
Thank you. Thank you, Prince Francis Chinaka. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Nigerians. Thank you so much for your reactions and your calls, your contributions. I appreciate you a whole lot. I'll see you again tomorrow night, God willing. Whatever happens, stay safe, watch your back, protect your mental health, most importantly, because now who they alive, they think about Nigeria. Wahala, eh? I love you guys. God bless you, and do have a great evening. Good night, Prince Francis Chilaka. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I join you. Thank you and good night. Okay, good night, Lagos. I love you guys. Good night. God bless you. Subscribe if you've not subscribed before, please click on the subscribe button.